He finds out I'm hot and suddenly I can't speak no more. I didn't say, first off, how dare you? Secondly, listen, I was doing some, listen. I was doing a little vocalization, some, testing out my, oh wow, hold on, just a second, I just noticed, hand check, that's inappropriate, he's married to a lion. I am not married to a lion, I am going to skin that lion, and I'm going to taxidermy. Oh my gosh, my Oshi's chair is in my check. I didn't know you played Skeletor in the 1987 movie. I didn't, but I applied to be Skeletor in the new Masters of the Universe movie. I did, but they decided to take Jared Leto instead. Yeah, it's more like he's an Apollo Q with that guy. It's not Apollo Q. First off, what happened to your nose? Where's your pig nose? The new Masters of the Universe movie was awesome. I have been skeptical of it, and I said I wasn't interested, but after seeing some Skeletor footage, and apparently the fact that Jared Leto hates playing Skeletor, despite the fact he's good at it and people can't see his face, I kind of almost want to see it now. But yes, he actually did good. Apparently it's his best role. And apparently, whoever wrote, Skeletor is they actually wrote Skeletor well. People were, I'm going to say this, people were making fun of these quote-unquote MCU quips of Skeletor, but he fits, that clip they showed with Skeletor, that is exactly how Skeletor would act. The 1987 Skeletor movie looks more like you. Well, I wasn't born in 1987, or at least I was still an oscillating thought form. But yes, greetings and salutations, my demongrels. I'm actually thinking I'm working on a new greeting for all of you. But yes, what tidings do you bring for your lord? We are back, by the way, playing more Darksiders 2. Hopefully the rest of this weekend is just going to be stream. Also, the pig nose was no-go with management. Really? Not. You're supposed to be a pig PI, and you're not going to, I guess 20 flops in a row, and him being obnoxious for everyone, he finally found his calling, and he hated doing it. Unfortunately, some people just fail upwards. In this day and age, apparently some people just continue to fail upwards. He must have either really good, he must have either blackmail on a lot of people, which given Hollywood wouldn't be surprising, or he just knows people. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy. Wait, has he been in a Star Wars film? But yes, otherwise, we are back with more Darksiders 2. I know it's been a while since I've been streaming. I've been extremely busy. Oh! I'm sorry about vague posting for my belly button earlier. It's okay.
Out of the shadows and into the light. I see you, horseman. The things you have done. The lives you have ended. I know why you are here.
Then you will give me the key.
I have guarded the key for centuries. It is mine.
The angel.
I will not part with it lightly.
It is not okay. Do not encourage that kind of behavior. I have a problem. I'm flawed, aren't we all? Yes, this is the Archon, Lucian.
Pure, a beacon against the darkness. Helpless to push it back.
We are not all helpless, Archon.
Perhaps not. After the seals were broken, and Hell's legions loosed upon the earth, many divine relics were lost. One, the Rod of Arafel, could help reverse what has happened here. I dare not retrieve the rod myself. The gates to the White City are closed to any angel who visits Earth. But you...
Of the Archon's wings? Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
Acquire the rod.
Technically, Death is half angel. He's part angel.
There
Technically.
you will find the key to the Tree of Life. As for what you will find on Earth, after you face it, even you may curse the name of war.
I don't know if you should have said that, considering war is innocent. Lucian himself related to another Lucian. No, not him, but it's very interesting. Archon Lucian is very interesting, primarily because he's one of these angels who glows a lot. So was his dad the angel or his mom? Argent, welcome. But yes, let me welcome all our people. Eno, welcome. Congratulations on the reveal. I look forward to your debut. Richello, Argent, Sean, Dizzy Duck Rose Chair. My OC's chair is here in chat. Nice. Who else? Dissin, Moist, and of course Tail. Thank you all for joining, and anyone else who is lurking. But yes, very interesting thing about Archon Lucian. He is an Archon, and I forget what that means in the angel hierarchy. I need to I actually don't know if there was any lore established, but Archon is I believe it's actually something in Gnosticism, but Archon is a title of an angel. But is it an angel or a spirit or a high spirit? I need to double check. But Archon Lucian is interesting because his entire body is glowing, and I don't know if that's just his skin or if it's the particular armor he's wearing, because most angels that we've met have had more humanoid, skin tones. They've had more humanoid, kind of more tannish skin tones, tan and primarily white beard. I really like the Gnosticism thing they did with Persona 5. I know Persona takes quite a bit from Gnosticism, if I remember. But there might be a little bit more we can learn. So let's talk to Archon Lucian.
Will bring you to Earth, Rider. Do not tarry here.
Your pool. Is it the only way to the kingdom of man?
It is the only path that I know of. You can thank your masters for that. To preserve the balance, the Charred Council forbade all travel to the Third Kingdom. Maybe
he's in his real form. He might be. Or it might be because he's an Archon, a special rank.
Like so much kindling.
Yet you have the means to travel to Earth.
Not everyone obeys the Council, Death.
Yeah.
That is why they have their horsemen.
Yeah. And so this is what's interesting, is technically the Charred Council forbid any other kingdom from, going to Earth and messing with humanity. That did not stop a lot of heaven or hell, and they all have their special portals. And if the Charred Council found out, they would send the horsemen to deal with you. Luckily, Death should technically kill this guy for doing that, because this is forbidden, but one thing is Death doesn't entirely trust the Charred Council, and two, he needs it to get to, to Earth, or he needs Archon Lucian to get to Earth so he can get the Angel Key. And, let me think what else. And, yeah. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to explain more. Is life a character or no? Because death is a character? The Tree of Life is. The Tree of Life is. It's technically alive, and it doesn't talk to you, but it's technically alive and plays an important role in creation. It's very interesting that the Charred Council was capable of destroying the Tree of Life, because the Tree of Life can take you... It's this interesting being, I think I've talked about it on stream before, where it can connect you to every realm in reality. It connects every single part of reality, and it exists simultaneously in multiple places and dimensions. Though how they destroyed the one on Earth is very curious, but it is tied to all of creation, seemingly. Even something as old as, you know, the Forge Lands, the Makers.
You speak of this realm as if it were your own.
The gods call this place Lost Light. But it is here that the light is to be found. And I am its source.
There's nothing else you can tell me.
Sorry,
Not
just some
until
water.
you find the rod, horseman. Then all will be revealed.
If you want the rod, you'll tell me where to find it.
I have seen much while staring into the deep.
So, like Yggdrasil, the World Tree, yes.
The kingdom of man was swallowed by
The angel has a
darkness,
codpiece.
and the armies of hell invaded.
Is that he has a, you know,
glimpses of the earth.
maybe.
But enough to know that the rod of Arafel is safe, and our only hope of redemption.
How does a city of light fall to corruption?
It wasn't the city that fell, but those within. It began with just one angel, weak of will, given to doubts. When the darkness called, he welcomed it in. From him, the corruption spread. It seemed only I could sense it, gathering above our heads.
Yeah.
And I warned my brothers of the storm that was to come. They did not listen. Only when the cloud burst did the city of light fall. And other realms have fallen
Indeed.
since.
Yeah, it does sound familiar, doesn't it? But you know, he's an angel. You know, he's a powerful angel. He's an archon. So, you know, you could probably trust him. But that is the interesting thing about Darksiders. I've talked about it multiple times before now at this point. Wait, can you see the Tree of Life from here? Where's the Tree of Life? Because you can see it in most every other realm. Where is the Tree of Life? Yeah, heaven is a realm of light and paradise and beauty. And where is the... Can I not see the Tree of Life from here? I guess I can't see it from here. I might be able to see it from the... Might be able to see it from the Ivory Citadel. But yeah, angels technically are good. And overall all are good. You know, they serve nobility and law and order, and they are good, but they are... They can be blinded by their own light, and they can fall to their own corruption. And they have a bit of an ego on them. So, can have a bit of an ego. All right, let's go to Earth. So they're like a woman. Well, as Skeletor would once say. Ha! Just like a woman. Welcome to Earth. This hotel might seem familiar to those of you who played Darksiders 1 and watched my Darksiders 1 stream. I think it's the same hotel anyway, the Seraphim Hotel.
Quiet. There are more than corpses about.
Oh man, these are probably some of my favorite undead designs. They're like token elves, yes, very much. Especially since, you know, since token elves were kind of like very angelic in their own right. You ever played Diablo 3? For all its flaws, I like the expansion where the Grim Reaper Angel was the villain, handled an evil angel in a very interesting way. I know about it, I've never played it. I'm familiar with the story. But maybe I'll try some of the Diablo games one day. Oh, that's a great enemy design. I forgot what the name of this enemy is, but he also appears in Darksiders 3, and I think Darksiders Genesis as well. But believe it or not, that is not a demon or an undead creature. That is an abyssal. That is an abyssal enemy.
Oh, damn it.
Also a very, very tough enemy as well. There they go. Isn't Diablo 3 but pay to win nonsense? I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Helgard, to me!
There is Uriel. She has a different voice actress now. I don't know what happened. Oh, Salvation. So if you guys remember, Darksiders 1 had a, you know, a shooting section. Darksiders 2 has one as well. And it's actually pretty fun. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So how are you all doing tonight, my demongrels? How are we all doing? I know for those of you going to FazeCon, did you catch the FazeCon tour with the new guide at Junko? She's cute. Heavy metal violence? Yes, I mean all of Darksiders is sort of a heavy, you know, metal album cover. And that's what I love it for. I managed to get 0 meet and greets, I'm so sorry, you know. Oh, wait, we got more. We got more. You'll notice that these undead that we're facing are different from the ones you'll see in Darksiders 1. It's okay, I got 10 Maid Cafe. Nice, awesome. Oh, hi Rocky. Rocky is right next to the throne. It's not Sheena, but it'll do. You might have a chance with Sheena, because I know she's going to be in the atrium, right? She's going to be in the atrium, right? Will she? That's what the news said. You might want to check the VOD. Oh, okay, we actually do have a returning enemy from Darksiders 2, which is the fatties. I forgot their name, their official name at this current moment. So I'm going to come on and stay home and greet my meat, if you know what I mean. Moist, somehow that is... Oh, crap. You know, Moist, you seem to be upset about the belly button comment, like, but then you... You know what, never mind. You do you. You do you. Sheena loves speaking of angelic entities. Yeah! Wait, Sheena's a crab, though. Well, I guess everything turns to crabs, even angels.
I should kill you for what your brother did here. But you saved my life. Consider us even.
What do you know about the Rod of Arafel?
A weapon of immense power, brought to Earth by the Archon Hestus to battle the demons in the End War. But Hestus
right to business, too.
And the rod was shattered. Now the Destroyer uses its pieces to fuel his army of darkness.
What was broken can be reformed. Where are the pieces of the rod?
In the hands of the Destroyer.
The angelic weapons are so cool looking.
Creatures from the abyss
Just little crabsters.
drawn forth his chosen. Things of blasphemy, who even now divide this world into their own hellish domains.
More like abyssal domains, but...
One such beast.
Oh yeah, the suffering, that's what we saw.
The dead of this world. And twist them into a swarm of
that is what the big multi-armed skeletal, you know, skull-faced creatures were. Multiple skulls.
I will not risk more Helgard to recapture the Rod of Arafel. But should you wish to undertake this fool's errand, then follow the trail of corpses left by my brethren.
A fool's errand. Well, it would not be
my first. No, nothing sexual, for goodness sake. I'm just going to greet my meat, say hello, and how are you doing? Does it make it taste better?
How many angels died here, Uriel?
Too many.
Yep.
For every dead angel, there is another, kept alive against his will. Their suffering empowers the Destroyer. Perhaps you
Mommy Uriel?
from their torment.
You would say that, Sean, wouldn't you?
Wish. However, all I can offer the captives is a swift end.
That is blessing enough.
Yeah.
Why are the Helguards still on Earth?
Well, you can't name it, but yeah.
In case you haven't noticed.
Where else would we go? All of creation saw what happened here. How the Helguard marched before the seals were broken. The White City is closed to us. We can never go home.
Yeah.
What are these chosen?
What is that weapon he's hiding? You don't want to judge anyone for calling a woman mommy. I've seen your diary. I don't have a diary. I don't have a diary. I don't have a diary. What is that weapon he's holding? I believe... what is the name of this thing? I believe it's Salvation? I think this is Salvation. Or is that...
Kill everything around them.
It is a wonder you've lasted this long. Even the dead march against you.
You speak of the swarm.
Indeed, the
Of all
swarm.
creatures
He
that
calls it a
know
journal.
beasts,
No, I call it a
they
tome
most
of
hunger for revenge.
lore.
Not even death
Delore.
can stop them.
The Uriel gives Storm vibes? A little bit. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Your birthday began with you writing your journal. I wasn't writing my journal. I was doing my taxes. I was doing my taxes. And journaling about my taxes, I think. You know what? I'll have to go back and watch the VOD because maybe my memory... I've been so busy, your Dark Lord's memory, which is already spotty. How many times have I said that? Is... You know, same difference. Well, if I had a journal, which would be Lord Taxes Demand plus Monton equals... Why are you all shipping with Molting? I'm not gay, unlike him. And his affair, his polycule with Nova Crusader and Pascal Saucer. I swear, you see two men quarreling on YouTube and Twitter, and suddenly you think you're gay. They're gay. Are you all Fujos? Do you want your toxic yaoi that badly?
How do you fare, Death?
I could fare better. He does enjoy sausage. Dear Diary, I went to the Mongrel's quarters today. I had a bad time about the Mongrel's quarters again. Sometimes I wish Mollington was real and he could save me and I could... I would be putting... I'm going to taxidermy Mollington. And I'm going to send him to the bottom of the ocean with Mariana's Stretch. To be honest, his VTuber human model looks like Twink Hans from Frozen. Yeah, I suppose it does. Mayoshi has not talked about Fujo in a while, but I think this would make it happen again. Why do you know what? Do you want her to... Okay, do you want her to talk about yaoi? Is that what you want? You want Sheena to talk about yaoi? Is that what you want? Is that what you desire? You know, I was supposed to be talking about Darksiders lore and everything, or trying to, and talking about... It's very interesting that Uriel doesn't even question why Death is here. And why Death, like... You know, they don't even really have any small talk. It's just straight down to business. Granted, she doesn't really care for the horsemen, considering, you know, Death. I've been thinking... I've done what Dizzy says. I've done what Dizzy says about draw corn of people you love / hate. I mean, things are dying. Why wouldn't Death be here? Okay, you know what? Okay, smart Alec. Okay, smart pig. Okay, Babe from Babe. I don't know if anyone else remembers that movie. I do. The Swarm. Yeah, the Swarm are different from the, what were they called in Darksiders 1? I can't remember. He's calling me. I'm calling you. Oh, Crystallian, welcome. Wait, seriously, how many? I'm talking about Babe, the movie about the pig who herds sheep. Do you, none of you remember Babe? Do none of you remember Babe at all? Get in line. I have many senpai have taken this priority over me. And the Miss Popcorn Man piece is almost cooked. Oh my. I heard something about drawing hate. That's dissing, and that's what Dizzy said, you know, once. I watched it once when I was in the single digits. Yes, I watched it a few times. Da-da. Oh, it's a Soul Arbiter scroll. I don't really need these, but you know, maybe I don't know if I'm going to do the Soul Arbiter on stream or off stream. I haven't thought about... You know, should I do Earth today, or should I do... Because I unlocked one of the DLCs, which was the Abyssal Forge, and I thought, should I do that on stream, or should I just wait until I beat the main story, or, like, get close to the final boss and then do all of the, you know... All of the, you know, extra campaign stuff. That's a good point. Does Death have unquestioned agency in times like this? He can get away with anything because nobody questions why Death is anywhere in an apocalypse. I mean, technically speaking, when the horsemen are around, nobody really questions their authority and why they are there. Usually when the horsemen are there... Earth, what about wind and fire? Hold on, I'm trying to think of... There's a really famous Earth, Wind, and Fire. Get your groove. Depending on what you like, you could say it should have been me. Oh, I see what you're getting at. How does that song go? Because it's in Kronk's new group, which is a great... That's one of the few really good direct-to-DVD Disney sequels. Get this groove. Why are the lyrics escaping me? My brain is still fried. It's always fried on stream, and I keep saying that, and I keep repeating myself. September. What's going on, Big D? Frank! Welcome, Frank! I'm forgetting. I'm just talking to my demongrels and trying to remember where I'm supposed to be going again. Not even authority, but could he operate conspiratorial in plain sight because who's going to question death and sent on a battlefield? I mean, technically, I mean, he's sort of already doing that with, you know, trying to, you know, to clear war's name and bring humanity back from, you know, the dead. Oh, hello. Da-da-da. I do lose health regen, though, and I could use... Wait, how... I mean, my health regen is very slow. I didn't even notice the asset, my lord. It looks nice on you. Yes, and thank you. I actually own this as well. I actually own this as well. It's a cool touch, but I don't know if it's intended all the same. There's certain things that are more implied in Darksiders rather than outright said. And to be honest, I did wish the game would go deeper dive on lore. Do you own the faceplate? I do. I own Death's Mask. And you might see me wearing it at FaceCon. Actually, you probably will be seeing me wearing it at FaceCon. And all my monstrous self. Vanquish your harness of health. Yeah, okay, so I've probably told this before. Gosh, how often do I repeat myself? You know what, I should... If I'm going to repeat myself, I hope I catch you. You probably will. You probably will. Alright, vanquish your health. Can I get health regen? I cannot get health regen, but I can get defense. Brother gonna look straight out of Payday out of that mask. Maybe. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. You'll have to wait and see. I need to decide if I give Staff my fan letter to Shino or not, if she's gonna be in the atrium. Whoever does, give D a high five for me. Rumors are he wears nothing but a death mask and a codpiece, no less. I don't want to be kicked out. And I'm not going to be wearing it as a codpiece. Speaking of codpiece, can you pack a box for me in the warehouse? I need a medic bag. Are you asking your Dark Lord to do packing for you? Are you asking your Dark Lord of Gorslab, to pack a package for you? Do I look like a warehouse worker? Just because I have a day job. You know, just because the Dark Lord has a day job does not mean that I am packing. I'm going to win that warehouse contest. No, I'm going to win because I'm the Dark Lord of Gorflat. My girlfriend chose to go to Offkai over FaceCon, and I would love to do the package thing. I'm going to pack myself 16 cutouts. What's the... Wait, what? Is there an exclusive Dizzy merch at the warehouse event? I mean, there could be. I don't know. I don't know. There could be. Maybe. There'll be some surprises. There'll be some surprises. Just because you're deeply in love with a warehouse worker, do you admit you're a bit of a sub? No, I'm not actually. I'm actually a dom because I am a Dark Lord, okay? You'd like if I was. I may end up at Offkai, kind of. Ah, well, I don't. Unfortunately, your Dark Lord doesn't have enough funds for Offkai, but that's okay. I've just been wanting to go to FaceCon, so. Whoa, just kind of dropped the job word just like that. Listen, the Dark Lord has to support Gorslab somehow. Because I don't charge taxes. But hey, you know, the good news is, so it's no on you guys, I got him to admit it on stream that I'm a dom. Okay, but can you return home? But before you return home, can you destroy California? Not this year. Not this year. But that I'm not your father. Not your father. I'm not your father. And I'm not your babysitter. And I'm not your dad babysitter. I don't think anyone's gonna get that reference. I'm just order B's in the Offkai orgy room, but Pops, what? Okay, Pops is new. Are you gonna call, I've been called Pops now, I've been called Dad, I've been called Father. I'm neither of those things yet, but who's gonna pack our lunch during FaceCon? You can you can pack your own dang lunch. You're all grown demongrels. You're all grown demongrels. You should be. You have to be an adult to be a demongrel, so yeah. A very dad thing to say, but Papa? Ugh. I'm never gonna hear the end of it. Oh yeah, it's the Suffering. These guys are really sick. Amazing design. I love the like multiple like scales that are meant to be like the skull scales. That's what they are. I'm kind of shrunk and withered Demongrel. Well, you know, every Demongrel gets mutated differently, as we've established. Oh, nice level up, and boom. Goodbye, Suffering. Weird, it translated to Papa from Papa. Do tell me if there's $30 ramen cups. Gosh, imagine if that were true. Suffering multiple scales like how Demongrels are your kids, but not. How does that relate at all? How is that remotely related? You know, maybe I should turn, maybe my favorite Demongrel, I'll turn into something that looks like the Suffering. You know, maybe I'll do that. I'm the detective here. You should probably be doing better at your job, Mr. PIG. You know, you're a PI, a PIG. You have favorite children? I don't have children outside my adopted Digimon children. Cali pricing and even pricing, there's a chance, you know. PIG man. Rise and shine, Mr. Kage. D wonders why we're D-gens and also D gives us daddy issues. You brought that upon yourself, Demongrels. You brought that upon yourself. Also, I'm gonna move the chat over just a bit here. Hold on. I'll move you guys over here. Over here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, he blows. But yeah, I'm excited for FaceCon and nervous, and I have to write a fan letter for Dizzy, and I need to go buy some really nice stationery. And maybe some fancy pens. Yeah. Yeah, I am so scared. I'm so excited to meet Dizzy, and I'm also absolutely terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. I'm trying not to turn into a huddled mass. And a tracking device. I mean, what? Right. I'm not gonna. No, wait. A tracking device on me or? Listen here, you. Listen here. Listen here. Listen here. I'm not going to air tag my Oshi. Okay? It's okay, Dad. You don't have to claim me. Maybe Mollington will be the dad who stepped up. Why do you want? First off, why do you want a British father? No tracking D-man through tracking devices or tracking spells. Or tracking hounds. Wait, did chat just change place? Yes, I moved it. I moved it. I cast a spell of moving chat. Nobody wants a British father. Nope, no one does. Especially a manlet, you know, British father. Lame spell? You don't know any spells, Sean, so you're in no place to talk. Ah! Blast, 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 blast. Oh, they are called flesh bursters. That's what they're called. The tubbies are called flesh bursters. I thought they had a different name, so no tracking D-man. Unless you have a bloodhound, then I will allow it. Just don't puke during the meet and greet. I'm going to try not to cry. Or, you know, turn into a puddle of sweat, of monstrous sweat. I cast manual breathing. Oh, hello. You are free, Angel. D's gonna faint. It's not gay if it's Nigel Flormberry. No, all I have is this Dizzy cosplayer who will seduce you at 9:45 on Saturday. She can try. She can try. She can try her best. But I know my Oshi. I cast inchiness under your skin you can't scratch. I live with that every day, Riachello. I live with that every day, and I've gotten used to it. There's only so much autism that can protect you. Eno, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pigman, Mr. Pigman. I am adept at the autism mystic arts. You underestimate my autism. You underestimate the power of my autism. Even I don't fully know what it's capable of. I cast Testicular Torsion. Sean, you can't cast spells, and you know, trying to garrote your own balls is not the same as casting a spell. You know, you're trying to twist your balls off, your own balls. I cast Silence. Oh no, the spell didn't work. I'm just, we'll break through and get you with a nice cosplayer. You can try. You can try. You can try. I cast Full Bladder. I haven't been drinking enough water, but wait, now maybe I do have to. Nope, I actually, fine. We'll even get one that cosplays Tomoe and Super Krieg. I cast Rocky is a good boy. He is a good boy. Aren't you, Rocky? Aren't you, Rocky? He's right behind my throne. He's right behind my throne. You don't have to play this I cast Go Get Water. Well, guess what? You don't even need to cast it because I got a bottle of agua right here. Of the Agua Vitae. Ah. I don't even know if you can hear me, crunching the water bottle with my big monster hands. My giant monster hands. Rocky just got back from a walk, too. And now he's tired. And resting. And he's a good boy. Da-da. Moan over your water? I really need to pay attention to my health. That's actually one of the problems with doing this shooting section is I forget about my health.
I have to go alone.
I should drop. I should really drop this. I don't need the gun at the moment. I don't need the gun at the moment. Why do I keep picking up the? Hey D, next time you're in chat, get with Mullington, get him to say bottle of water. I'll get him to say Tuesday as well. Bottle of water? Tuesday, isn't it? Okay. Thank you, Skeletal X. Get him to say, hello, love. Hello, love. Hello, love. How are you? Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday, ain't it, Governor? Tuesday. Look at me, I'm Lord Morlington. I'm Lord Morlington. I'm a tiny house cat, pretending to be a lion. I pretend to be good at games when I just, stream snipe the Dark Lord Demonstrous and then gloat when I win after he does all the hard work. I'm in a homosexual polycule with Nova Crusader and Pascal Saucer. Good now, kiss. I don't have lips, and that's gay. No homo. You kiss him. Why don't you kiss him? Redeemed hydrate for 200 points. I cast you. No, wait. Argent, you. No way. A Brit stealing? No way. You're more likely than you want. Jerry emote? Gay? That's actually gay. What if Mullington wore the Dizzy cosplay? I would kill him. I would kill him harder. I'm already planning on executing him in the future. For the shame he has brought onto me. Wonder what Bizarro Demonstrous would look like? Bizarro Demonstrous would look like I would basically be a human with like, plumpy lips. What if Dizzy wore the Mullington cosplay? I refuse to answer that. So I went to visit my friend with a Dizzy Dokuro cosplay as a joke. Listen. I know who made that dojin. Shout out to Inker. She's the one who made that dojin. I hope she's doing okay. I haven't seen her in a while, but I miss her. I hope she's okay. I know she's been busy. Inker, if you're watching the VODs, just know I'm thinking about you. What Dojin? Oh, he doesn't know. Don't tell him he doesn't know. Don't tell him because, one, I don't want him to see it, not because I think he's pure or anything, but because I want to blue ball him. And also because it's funny. I don't think the Pekora costuming works with Dizzy. No, it wouldn't with Mollington, no.
Impossible.
Wait, what am I talking about again? Ink, hardly know is. Inker, deeper. Inker, deeper. Relic of Renegar. Good, we're getting the relics. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Die, die, swarm, die. Can you tell me I don't know about this Dojin? You know what? You know what? I haven't even read it all the way. I just know Inker showed me it. Inker showed me a work in progress. Dojin. I have not read it fully. Toxic Demollington ship acquired. First off, I hate you in that name. I don't. Well, okay, I don't hate you. I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Gosh, I am so. I just feel like the Dark Lord has been more grumpy and ornery than usual. How is the Darksiders going? It is going well, Scribbles. It's good to see you. I hope you've been well. Oh, got the staff of Arafel. It's called Molongstrous. It's a good ship name. I will give you that is a good ship name, but it is not a legal ship, and it is a ship I will sink with extreme prejudice, no less. And with Mollington on it, and with all of you. Well, actually, maybe not all of you, because I need you to serve me. Because, guess what, Demongrels? We are only now 55 subscribers away from me being able to apply to get monetized on YouTube, which means I can open up memberships and super chats. I have many Japanese artists. It's because of the belly button thing. I love this part of the game. That close, amazing. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. The shorts, you know, I've been trying to upload shorts on days that I haven't been streaming, and they've been working. What will be the name of the offspring this ship produces? There will be no offspring, because one, it's not real. It's not happening. And two, we're both we're both men. And I'm not gay. But would Bede be the Dom? I'm always the Dom. I'm always on top because I'm the Dark Lord of Gorslab. Thank you very much. Wait, did Uriel leave? She might have left. Nordic Games. I think in the original version of this, I think this said THQ. Remember, I'm not a big fan of. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I don't like Mpreg. It's not my. I don't care for it. I don't really like it at all. I find it really gross and stuff. But whatever. Whatever.
There are things that lurk beyond these barricades that the Hellguard dare not face head-on.
And the remaining rod pieces, do they lie past the barricades?
No one's saying likes it or likes it.
City, and you will find the next piece beneath the earth, in an old abandoned tunnel.
I've seen the movie Junior.
The final fragment.
I don't want to remember it. I don't want to remember the horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger baby.
Piece, and it may tell me where
and how Arnold even gave birth in the first place. And the fact that Junior as a movie exists. Not one of his greatest films. I feel like Jingle All the Way is much superior. Lots of stretching. I want Junior in VR with smell-o-vision. Am I supposed to share the profits? I had that blocked from memory. Oh, I got another Book of the Dead page. Thank you. Does Chestburster count as Mpreg? Some questions should never be asked and never be answered. But probably yes. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, no. Explosion. Exploding. You know, ever since the apocalypse happened, there has been an increase in not just obesity, and explosive obesity, no less. If chest bursters count, do bot flies count? I don't know. We're going down a horrible route, and I'm the monster here. I'm the monster here. Poor Tubbo went boom. Yeah, that tends to happen when you reach a certain, you know, when you eat enough spicy foods and you happen to be extremely obese and overweight. But am I also? Are you just supposed to share the profits? The profits of what? I had a horrible delusion where I thought Junior and the one where Arnold and Danny DeVito's were brothers were the same movie, and that Danny DeVito impregned Arnold, and that false memory sickened me generally. Did you even get that false memory? How did you even? Oh, new gun! And this one is, I think this one's from Darksiders 1 as well. No, Gorehammer. I think Gorehammer was in Gorehammer was in Darksiders 1. It was, but I think they've updated it. The profits from the summer comic hit where we sell to monstrous. Okay, how are you going to pay for that? You know what? I'm not going to ask. You're part of an agency now. I just mixed two movies together. Wait, Danny DeVito. Wait, they weren't brothers in Junior? Don't think you simply imagined it. Moist? Did you have a Mandela effect type deal? Is that what happened here? Is that what happened? I have so many artists. Well, why don't you get them in contact with me, Eno? I thought we were friends. I thought we were fellow, you know, male VTuber brothers. And you're not gonna share your artist oh, right, suffering. Pain even. Agony. Suffering. Hi, Rocky. Gorehammer. For shame, Eno, for sure. But speaking of movies, there's been a couple movies that have come out. So the Amazing Digital Circus movie is, I thought about even going, you know, not streaming tonight and maybe going seeing a movie, because I did kind of want to go see a movie. I don't know if I wanted to see, I don't even think there is a theater near Goreslab that is playing the Amazing Digital Circus, but I thought about seeing Masters of the Universe. I mean, I can share. I mean, I'm infinitely productive as long as you're fine with unlimited scuff. I mean, I do. My streams are full of scuff, so, you know. Oh, there's a movie? They put the final final 2 episodes for the Amazing Digital Circus out in theaters. But you know, the reason I didn't is because I'm trying to get back into my good streaming groove, because I have momentum and I got to keep it up, especially because, you know, I have to keep making, you know, clips and shorts to, you know, extend the reach of my channel. Okay, fat. Is it online yet? I don't know. I think maybe maybe it'll finish its theatrical run first, or maybe it won't. Who knows? It'll be in 3 weeks. Okay, gotcha. So probably after the run. I love this gun. I love this gun so much. I can just shoot, like, you know, flaming harpoons. Demonic flaming harpoons. And then I can just blow them up. Or they'll blow up on their own. And it's infinite ammo, so I don't have to worry about it overheating. I can technically almost fire infinitely. It's kind of goated. I love this weapon. They pulled another decade. It's the final episode was a movie. I've never heard of that. Decade? I don't know if I'm familiar with decade. I know what decade means as a term, but I'm not sure I know what decade it's. Oh, okay, we got Swarm. Explode. Explode. Explode, 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 explode. Common Rider decade. Oh, okay, gotcha. I love the explosions. Call me Michael Bay with all the way, you know, all the explosions I be making. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Obesity alert, obesity alert, obesity alert. There we go. You know, I've heard of burning fat off, but I don't think you're supposed to explode when you do it. Wait, is this a map? What is this? Yep, it's a dungeon map, which I'm not really sure I need. Technically, this section of Earth is a dungeon. So yeah. You basically explode when you think about Dizzy, right, boss? There's levels to my detonation that occurs. They're not all the same level of explosion. Call me flesh burster. The way I be exploding from the Mexican cuisine. You gotta go easy on it, man. You gotta go easy on it. But you know, I'm glad that my mutation that you got, Moist, also gave you a lot of regeneration, especially from death. And you're only slightly less. Well, you're not slightly. I'd say you're 35% less degenerate than Sean. Call me Monica Lewinsky, the way I'd be. Hey now. I did not have sexual relations with that Uma. Look at this run. Truck. Oh, the Nos. This is such a cool enemy, and sadly we only fight it on this levels. This is another abyssal creature. This thing's so cool. And now I can see it like what it looks like, you know, in higher definition. Wow, look at that thigh gap though. I mean, look at those shoulders. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh crap, oh crap, hello, hello. Pre-remnant boss? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, if you really think about it, this section probably inspired Remnant. And I'm kind of sad we never got a game just for Strife, you know? Funny how Darksiders 2 just becomes a shooter. I mean, look, I can, you know, not do the shooting part. If I want to, I can fight this thing full on melee if I want to. It's just kind of hard, because he's very tall. And very skinny, so he's a bit more difficult to hit. And has, you know, big old slam attack, but reminds me of the XCOM 2 Lost but taller. Oh, I could see it. So that's another abyssal creature, the Nos. Now you might be wondering, what kind of name is the Nos? Well, it's interesting because the Nos basically means is its nickname. It just means not boss. It's not a boss, it's actually just a regular old enemy. Sticks and stones. Vanos? No. It just means not boss. It is not boss. Because it gasses you up.
I cannot.
It gasses you up. Leaded or unleaded? Am I getting premium diesel or not? I was hoping it had deep lore. No, it's just a cool enemy. But it is an abyssal creature. Imagine if he was Goth. Imagine if it was Goth. Would he be called the Noth? No, the Nosgoth. Oh, that's a good point. Ooh, I like where your head's at, Riachello. Also, I probably will be playing Legacy of Kain Ascendance for myself, even though I went on a very long, sad tirade about what they changed, but I need to experience it for myself. I need to suffer it for myself. I need to suffer for myself. I need to see for myself. It has to be done. But there's another game that is technically inspired by Legacy of Kain that was also done by Dennis Didact, who, you know, it's Dennis Didact, you know, mixed feelings. I wouldn't recommend it, man. I needed to suffer Veilguard and it was not worth it. You might be right, but I am a huge Legacy of Kain fan and I need to suffer through Ascendancy. I mean, I don't need to, but I want to because I want to see it for myself. I need to know for myself. The good news is that some of the team that worked on the Defiance remaster apparently are aware that... Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I was just looking at the fact that his giant leg survived. Looked like a friggin' ham hock. Ah, speaking of ham. But yeah, Dennis Didact had a game. I think it's Moonlight Sonata. I think it is, where you can play as a ghoul or a vampire and everything. Sorry, my senpais were giving me animated emotes. What was that? Oh, I'm probably going to be suffering through Legacy of Kain Ascendancy. I spent little hours doing Dragon Age stuff. It didn't make it better. I know, but I probably shouldn't. It's maybe it isn't for the best, but I just want to understand. I want to see for myself. Is it the one that I linked to you? I think it was the one that you linked to me, maybe. Boss, is it weird you and Beowulf synced up? Did you plan that? What do you mean? Oh, no. Maybe you could just play Deadly Premonition more? Oh, I'm playing Deadly Premonition more. We're getting more Deadly Premonition. Especially now that I fixed the controller for it. You know, well, not my controller, but the controller scheme, the fan one. I wonder if there's mods for Deadly Premonition. Excuse me? Excuse you? What do you mean, excuse me? Excuse... what? What do you mean, excuse me? Excuse me? You streamed at the same time twice in a row? I didn't... I really need to check. That is just a coincidence, actually. I don't think we synced up at all. XQC? No, I have better posture than XQC, and I actually like VTubers. And I'm not salty about losing to a VTuber in Marvel Rivals. I fixed the controller camera issue. You gave me okay, listen here, you. Listen here, Pigman. You were the one who pointed me in the right direction. I'm the one who actually went behind the scenes and fixed it, okay? You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Don't try to get any more credit than I'm already going to give you, Mr. Pigman. Mr. Pigman, Mr. Hamhawk. I mean, I gave you the answer. Yeah, and I was the one who acted on that answer, so I did most of the work. Thank you for that, by the way. You're just like your boyfriend, he's not my boyfriend. It's probably your boyfriend. Does the face rig count as VTubing? If so, I have experience. I mean, technically, I guess. Technically, yeah, I guess. I guess so. And don't give me, you know, I saw that there were other men in your generation. I saw that there was other boys in your generation. How much are your senpais going to, you know, Fujo ship you, huh? How much gay art is they're going to be made of you? That's exactly what I thought. You're going to get all the Fujos, which, congratulations, that's a successful business model. I'm still waiting on the so-called all the monster lover women to show up, even though I've maintained a pretty surprisingly large amount of female viewers. Oh, there's so much gay art already. You know, I was joking. I was joking. But okay, but we're a Saizo company. Okay, yeah. It's very say-so. Very say-so. The Mollington is an enemies to lovers ship. No, it's an enemies to I kill Mollington ship. It's a ship that never left the harbor because I sank it. Because it was never meant to leave the harbor, and because you're trying to make it happen. Oh, some news just came about the last Destiny 2 update. There will be a story to it. Hopefully it's up your alley, man. Yes, I am planning on Tuesday to stream the Destiny 2 update. The Monument of Triumph. It's called Monstrance. You're just making up new names now. But yes, I'm planning on doing it. I might stream on Tuesday, yes. It might be the only stream I do that week to prepare for FaceCon. I don't know, because I'm going to be doing this weekend and the following weekend. I'm going to be doing some FaceCon prep, so streams might be light next week, especially on the weekend. I do in fact have a morality clause, so it's a socialist company. Morality clause? Morality clause, eh? Well, I have an ethical, I have an ethical framework. I have, gosh, I'm trying to think. Normal and entertainment contracts? Oh, I bet. Gonna engage with Marathon for you this week, so Destiny 2 looks better by comparison. I really do not have interest in Marathon, but maybe. Reporting for duty, Dark Lord. Ah, Tiger, welcome. I might. I've heard that despite everything, Marathon is actually pretty good. I will give credit for that. I still really am not interested in buying Marathon. Watch out, that guy was gonna punch you. Yes, thank you. Light of the Fallen, I need to find all these Hellguard. But how are you doing, Tiger? I hope you're doing well. My good Tiger de Mongrel. You know what, Tiger? I like you enough as a de Mongrel that, you know what, you might have a special look to you. You know what? If you were a de Mongrel, and you are, you'd probably end up looking like Kintaro from Mortal Kombat. If you know who that is. You'd basically be cool because you'll be a de Mongrel who has tiger stripes. And possibly fur. Yeah. I grant that upon you. Also, this Sunday, because I'm deciding, streaming Sunday, I may be doing a Sunday night stream. And if I do, I'll let you know. But I've decided for my Sunday stream, boots with the fur, got the whole club looking at her. Marathon is slop. No one would defend it if it wasn't controversial. I'm just saying Marathon should make whatever they do with Destiny less bittersweet by comparison. We'll see. If you could buy a D-Man Dojin with Mullington in high school, would you? What kind of question is that? Oh, Raziel, welcome. But I've decided for Sunday, if I do stream, apple bottom jeans. I don't think I own apple bottom jeans. But if I do, in fact, stream on Sunday, I've decided I'm going to do a Neopets stream. I'm going to make a new account on Neopets. And I'm going to stream Neopets. Good, I'll let you know if we have their summer comic. There is no way you've already had that commissioned. There's no way. I'm Kumoi, by the way. I just wanted to let you know. Really? You're a Kamui. I never would have guessed that, actually. On Sunday, if he streams, so will apple bottom jeans. It's true. I just told you I don't own a pair of apple bottom jeans. I think. But yes, I want to do a Neopets stream because Neopets was basically my RuneScape. Club Penguin is better than Neopets, and Neopets was a scam. You clearly did not play Neopets. I went from having no emotes to having multiple ones in less than a day. Dang, agency powers. Do not deny my powers. Well, don't deny my autistic powers. You think you can get a Dizzy cosplayer to seduce me? You think you have that? I wanted to play Neopets 3D platformer. Oh, the Darkest Fairy? I did too, but I didn't have a PS2. And by the time I had one, I forgot that game existed. I can get her to try. You don't have one. There's no way you have one. You may have your ways, pig man. But I'm calling your bluff. I'm calling your bacon bluff. Hey, maybe you could get some streams out of it? Out of Neopets? Yes. Ever heard of Ben Weevil's The British Neopets? Neopets was already created by people from Britain, Sean. That's how much I know you don't know anything about Neopets, because the Neopets was created by two British people and funded by Scientologists who wanted to put Scientology in the game, but the creators refused. Who made MapleStory? I don't know who made MapleStory, actually. I don't know who made MapleStory. Also, you know what's the saddest thing is I remember my first Neopets account, which was really my only Neopets account. And it got banned, and I was very confused why that happened. And it turns out the reason why is because I was doing this thing I saw on the trading post, where you could trade items between players on Neopets, and basically I created a chain letter because in my naivety as a Dark Lordling, I thought if I put that in my trading post, I would get, you know, I would get the items I was looking for. And I got banned. And I lost all my Neopets. I lost everything. And I think that was around the time I quit Neopets. You are a criminal. I didn't know any better. I was young. I didn't know about chain letters. I thought I didn't understand. I wasn't one of those, you know, those Neopet kids who learned how to code and learned how to do, the stock market and learned how to do trading and economics, even though I should have, because Paul Monstrous and Ma Monstrous are very business savvy. Well, at least Paul Monstrous was for the time. Ma Monstrous picked it up later. But yes, Neopets actually taught people how to code in HTML. Because believe it or not, the stuff that you saw in MySpace, Neopets sort of did, I think at the same time or first. Neopets was, again, very, very popular. Like, they managed to get McDonald's toys, they managed to get Nickelodeon ads, they managed to get, like, a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there was a whole, like, lawsuit going on because they had ads in Neopets. But I didn't really care. Neopets didn't start out as a scam, but near its end, it was kind of dookie. Sean, why would I take your opinion? You don't know anything about Neopets, as we've established. You don't know anything about the Neopets. But apparently, you know what? I will give credit. From what I've heard, it sort of... Well, no, here's the thing. Near its end, Neopets isn't over. It sort of made a small resurgence, I think. At least when I last checked. But I watched a video about it yesterday in preparation for the potential Sunday stream. And I can't remember. Well, you know what? Let me look it up. Hold on. Let me look up this. Let me look this up. Let me check this out and look it up. Let me show off this video. You know what? Fine, we can rewatch it together so you guys can all be edumacated. This was a mental floss video I watched last night to refamiliarize myself. Neopets, where is the video that I watched? It should be on here. Oh, Good Mythical Morning made it. We try every Neopets. Neopets has an official channel? And they've only got 12K subscribers. Wow. Okay. All right. Here's. Actually, wait. There was another one I watched a while back. So this one was from 2000. The one I'm talking about was from 2003. But hold on. There was another one I watched a while ago. Oh, it was Down the Rabbit Hole with Frederick Knudsen and Pet Julie Simmer Julie. She's a sim. Like, she's a Neopets tuber, I think, who talks about, like, Neopets sims. But here, you know what? Let's watch this. Let's watch this so you can be educated. You can be educated on millennials. I hate Disney took my penguins away. No one answered me. Chipotle or Taco Bell? I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. Rezuku, welcome. I think he means by Neopets and long after you quit. Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on. Don't educate me. Stop. You're going to get an education, demongrels. You're going to learn about the Neopets. You're going to learn about your Dark Lord's history and autistic hyperfixations he had as a child, as a Dark Lordling, you will understand. You will fully understand. Today, you will learn the mongrels. You will learn. You will come to understand. And you know what? Maybe I'll play this video before I do the Neopets stream as well to refresh, but probably we'll end up with the same cultural people, so who knows? We'll see.
Today, when visiting the 18-year-old Neopets website, it can feel like entering a digital mausoleum. The visual style is reminiscent of a Saturday morning cartoon from the early 2000s, with characters with wide eyes and bright, dynamic colors.
Do you have the toys? I used to.
Hubs, but
I used to have a Chompy plushie from McDonald's.
To dead ends or to obtuse references to past site events. The site itself is still fully functional, with users able to create or adopt and raise pets, but navigation is burdensome. The user is often required to load many pages in succession to accomplish tasks, a now infrequently used
Classic. When you had to open an HTML, you had to open up another window, HTML window.
design. Many current-day users of
Webkins,
the internet
sorry,
harbor
D,
a strong
confused.
nostalgia.
No, see, Webkins was Monstrosis's thing. That was one of my sister's things, believe it or not. I was the Neopets guy.
Remained largely unchanged for over
Which is interesting because both Webkins and Neopets were primarily aimed towards girls, but Neopets also had a fairly decently sized boy audience because remember, it was also inspired by... Well, actually, you guys probably don't know this. It was inspired by Pokemon, and they had some, like, cool monster designs and everything. Webkins sounds British. Wait, is Neopets still alive? It is, yes. I checked last night.
Stagnation and
Dear
how
Yo Brony,
has it
I am
survived
not.
so long in this
My
state?
youngest sister,
To
little
help answer this question,
Monstrosis,
video
is
producer
a
Pet
brony.
Simmer Julie has agreed to assist.
The Museum of Digital
hi,
History
Dee.
that
Hi,
is
Book Mage.
neopets.com
Hi.
displays
I
some
almost
of the
said my
highs
name.
and lows of aughts web design technology. Thank you
this
for
an
inviting me
excellent?
to shed light on the history of Neopets. On my
Here we go.
channel, Pet Simmer Julie, I cover the gaming niche Neopets defined. My love of browser-based virtual pet simulations began with Neopets and continues today.
Gosh, look at that. That's an old YouTube layout. That's an old YouTube layout, and not even the oldest. Man.
My love of browser-based virtual pet simulations began with Neopets and
I tried to get on the
continues
website
today.
with my mom, but it
Advancements
didn't
in online
work.
gaming eclipsed the
tried to
browser
bond with
model,
my mom,
and
but
many
it didn't
games are
work.
at risk of disappearing forever. My channel plays a role in
Neopets was
virtually
my
archiving
RuneScape.
games that could otherwise
'Cause
be
I
lost to
wasn't
time.
allowed to play
Anyways,
RuneScape.
let's get
I don't
into the good
remember why.
stuff. Why did Neopets stop growing?
In the late 1990s, the concept of virtual pets was achieving wide popularity.
Oh, I remember this. I had
Intellectual properties and
Roboraptor, by the
paraphernalia
way.
Such as
And I
Pokemon,
think-
robotic dogs, and
I think those
Tamagotchi were
robot
seeing
dogs I
unprecedented
had-
sales amongst a young
One of my
audience,
family members or I
especially
had
those in
one.
primary schools.
And I had a Digimon Tamagotchi.
You gotta figure how to care for your giga. Vivi wants to play. Now you can get.
At the same time, computer literacy for children increased as desktops were made more and more available.
Look at that computer. Look at that. I think mine was wow. It's a miracle that I'm not worse than I am by a light year. Didn't Neopets get really racist, or was that Webkins again? This is new lore. I'm not aware.
Suburban students.
But look at this. Look at the translucent blue plastic. Lost art, man.
And video gaming
Lost
grew
art.
more mainstream. It was during this time that a British university student named Adam
See,
Powell
made by a Brit.
conceptualized a new virtual world, one where users would be able to play as a creature called a Neopet. As the Neopet,
Gosh. This is what Mollington... This is Mollington. This is probably Mollington. Mollington might have created Neopets. I'm not convinced he didn't. He looks like a Neopet. He looks like a darn Neopet. This guy's probably a chav. What a chav.
the player could explore a fantasy realm and meet with other players from a top-down perspective. The program would use a coding language
Yes,
called
Mollington.
Java,
He's not my
a fairly
boyfriend.
new creation at the time. Powell's knowledge,
If
however,
someone
didn't cover
sells
Java,
all
nor
lore-
did he trust his
If
visual
someone sells an
artistic skill.
So
all-in-one
he
lore,
shared his idea with girlfriend.
If someone sells an all-in-one Steam machine that looks like an iMac of the time I'm in, yeah, clip it. Husband, I'm not married and I'm not gay, unlike him.
And digital art hobbyist Donna Williams. They came up with a game design similar to early Zelda games. Powell and Williams hired a Java developer and began building the website while they waited for the developer to
Neopets, the
complete
Matrix
the
got
artwork.
freaky.
Williams' original site art was rudimentary, but served the site's needs. Working
I forgot there was just a guy. He's not his boyfriend. It's a purely physical thing, no feelings. Yes, physical violence, which I could commit upon him, or will commit upon him. There was just a guy. I remember looking up like past art for Neopets. I don't remember where or why. I think it was either in one of the times I was just going on my down internet rabbit holes, or it was just something during my time in Neopets? I don't remember. But I remember, looking at some of the early Neopets art, and gosh, you can tell that it was made in Flash. It's pure physicality and a power. I know what you're trying to do, Moist. I know what you're trying to do.
hand in hand, they were able to bring the site to life with an
All of these Neopets, by the way, except this guy. Well, I think this guy got turned into a gecko. Yokai watches Gen Neopets. They feel really similar. I guess so. I guess.
year and launched on November.
But this would become a Kachik. This would become an Aisha. This would become, I forgot the name of this one, and this was a Koi. I'm not trying to anything. I mean, don't
As for
imply
the
I'm being
Java
subtle.
applet, it never came to be.
You're right, I shouldn't imply
With
you're
the
being
Java
subtle.
applet behind them, Neopets'
Gosh.
perspective shifted.
Gosh, I love this.
Instead
I
of
love
being a
this so
Neopet-
much. Wait, I'm sorry, we shouldn't be doing Fujoshi jokes. Fujokshis.
Interacting with the world.
Scorchios. I remember Scorchio was one of the dragons. They had so many dragons. It's Thursday. It's Tomoe Slander. I thought Monday was Thursday Tomoe Slander Day? I don't remember. But gosh, look at this. This is Flash. Need a retro revival of the style? You know what? Maybe I should create a form in this style and use the gradients. Look at that.
Neopia through that creature. The player is
Scorchio
a Neopet
sounds like a
owner.
Vinny character.
Users could control the Neopet's
You're not
fate
entirely
and interact
wrong.
with them. The website became something between an RPG and an online pet simulator.
So many gradients. I can tell where the line. You can tell where the pencil tool was used in Flash. Wait. Groom room. Demongrels, it meant something. It means something entirely different. It's grooming your pet. It's making sure that they have a nice sheen to your coat. Okay, Demongrels? Wait, what else do we got? Can I turn off the closed captions here? We got the video store. They couldn't have done more with video store. Defense magic, battle magic. P. Diddy lives in that room. I didn't know P. Doomy. Yeah, they even have entire islands for the A. There's the arcade, the video store. They could have done more with the video arcade store. Clothes shop. So I remember Neopets, there was the clothing shop and you could buy clothes, but you couldn't have your Neopets wear them because they were like, that's a feature we're going to implement one day. And I don't even remember if they ever implemented it. They had what was called, I'd groom the Flash, compress JPEG of a dandy in a suit and make his fur gleam. Oddly specific.
Now,
but yeah, you can just look at this. This was Flash, man. This was Flash. This was like the early Flash. This was look at that dithering. Okay, look at that dithering. Look at the use of gradients and solid colors and fonts.
That the virtual
and
world
artifacting.
aspect had been dropped, Powell and Williams could set to work, iterating on the
world.
site. Quickly, however, over
The guy,
500
the one
new
who became a
accounts were
gecko.
being created a day.
I think he became a
News of the site
gecko. He might have
spreading
become
by
something
word of
else.
mouth, a number far beyond what the two could sustain. To solve this problem and to capitalize
Man,
on the
these
site's success,
I wish when computers looked like that and had a bit more color. It's all in
Thus,
our employee
Powell
manual.
and Williams sought an investor.
It's all in
and they
employee
found
manual?
one only a month after the site.
You mean the one I didn't write that you all,
was Doug
you know,
Doran.
using
He was
to
the CEO
conspire
of
against
a
me?
market research company
Also, let me
named
turn the-
after him, and he quickly began putting together a company to manage
I'll
the
shut
site,
up and
which he
let the
named
Neopets lore
Neopets
play.
Inc. The company was launched in February of 2000
I'll move
and
myself
located
over here.
in Los Angeles, California, and he
Yeah,
invited
California.
the site's creators to move to
Well,
the
it
city
wasn't
and work
as
on the
bad
website
then.
there, and
Not the
offered they
best, but you
accepted.
know. Wait, LA has mountains? I forgot LA has mountains. This feels very brony adjacent, boss.
While
Sorry if I
Doran
offend.
operated the business end of things.
That's not
and
really,
prepared to turn
you're not
Neopets
offending me.
into a
This was something I
profitable
grew up with
venture.
as,
Powell and Williams continued their work.
as a young Dark
New pets
Lord.
were occasionally
A Dark
created
Lordling.
and new features added, which
Its
often
titles
heavily
Workers of
incorporated
Gorslab
the
Unite.
input of the exponentially
You're all
growing
getting shoved in
community.
the Iron
For
Maiden,
example,
aka
an online
HR.
trading card game was released, with a duo petitioning the community for card concepts, and guilds were created for players with similar interests to gather. The number of small attractions, such as a wishing well and a soup kitchen, were also added, but it was
Oh
not
yeah, I remember the soup kitchen because if you ran out of Neopoints, you couldn't afford food for your Neopets. So I just realized the game music is still playing. So if you had like less than 1,000 Neopoints, you could go to the soup kitchen. But then if you had more Neopoints, then you couldn't go to the soup kitchen. It was they literally had a soup kitchen for the poor that was run by a soup fairy who could fill your Neopets up until they were bloated and couldn't eat anymore. Which I did, which I learned was actually a bad thing to do apparently because it affected their condition.
none of these things that would inevitably
I mean,
place
it didn't
under the
make them
critical
obese, but it
eye
made
of the
them,
media.
I guess,
Doug
bad
Doran
at certain
was a
things.
different kind of visionary from Powell or Williams. In his work at his firm,
Win
he
Soup
had
Fairy? Yeah.
trademarked a novel
I
method of
went to the Soup Fairy a
advertising,
lot.
which he called immersive advertising.
Oh, I remember
Immersive
this.
advertising is a way to get a marketing element in front of a user by slipping it into the game environment.
Buns. 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 Let's see. It's funny how they kept changing things, but the video store just remained just like a mushroom.
On Neopets, that means integrating brand advertising into the Explore map and building
They
brand
did this a lot.
experiences for users to interact with. An example would be visiting
Oh yeah, I remember the Neo Lodge.
Explore map and
Advertising, which he
Hold on.
advertising.
I remember the Neo Lodge because
Way
the
to
Neo
get a
Lodge you could
marketing
also send your
element in
pets
front of the
to
user
stay at a
by slipping
hotel
it
and
into
get
the
fed
game
and have it
On
be taken
Neopets,
care
that
of.
means integrating brand advertising
Wasn't there
into the Explore
Neopet
map and
horror
building brand
rumor?
experiences for
Could have
users
been.
to interact with. An example would be visiting an on-site McDonald's and feeding your Neopet an item from the McDonald's menu. Baking brands into Neopets brought some flack with it. The game
Yep.
was becoming popular with a young crowd, and critics claimed that children wouldn't be able to discern between editorial content and aggressive marketing.
Well, I was one of those kids and I could.
While the ads didn't attempt to direct sales, they could build brand awareness or affinity in an otherwise child-safe space. Despite the criticism,
It really was not that bad. It really was
the
not that
Neopets team
bad at
didn't
all.
back down from immersive advertising, meaning it was probably a very efficient way to make money. This type of digital marketing was
It
wildly
really
ahead
was
of
not
its
that
time.
bad.
In order to sell an advertiser on the concept of immersive advertising, the Neopets team would likely have had to report user interaction metrics to the partner, including click-through rate, page views, and time spent on the page. It only makes sense that a new medium would explore new pay models.
As
So
the site
technically
changed and
Neopet
grew,
sort of, I guess revolutionized. Well, I don't think they were the only ones who did it, but General Mills is American, so it's not British. It's one of their partners. Neopets wasn't run by General Mills. It was one of their partners.
and new features
The
were
Mysterious
added,
Island.
the user base increased at a rate that took
Advertising was not as bad as it is now, and now people don't complain. Yeah.
Powell and Williams by
Well, I complain.
Rise. By May 10th of 2000, the number of accounts registered to the site surpassed 500,000, a number especially impressive given the limited scope of the internet at the time and that the site, so far, was produced so informally. A small team of visual designers and coders were assembled to sprawl the world out, adding new villages to the user interface to house new content. Powell continued to act as a lead coder, while Williams held a creative direction position. Doring's lawyers also assisted in
and I really missed out on the early internet.
Issues.
Yeah,
Besides
it was
rocketing popularity.
Web 2.0 and the time of Flash was a great time, man. There were so many different free games. There was so much content. There was so much. It was the Wild West, which had some bad things to it, but it also had a lot of, people exploring and expressing themselves, and yeah.
Put a spotlight on protecting the increasingly valuable intellectual property. To increase internal consistency, original Neopets designs were assessed and redesigned to fit the game image. The beloved Bruce Forsyth and the Macy Gray.
Oh, right! Bruce became a penguin, not a gecko. Bruce became a penguin, which makes sense. The penguins became called Bruce. And then there was Cow. She became Red Muyu. Is that Mel Brooks? It might actually be Mel Brooks, but I think it's a guy named Bruce.
It transformed into legally defensible, unique species. Neopets' original design.
I was poor and only had a PC for a year before a hurricane took it. I then had no internet for over a decade. Luckily, Neopets was free. I think. Bell Brooks, D, I have some bad news. What is it, Sean?
Differentiation were a unique site offering. To bring out the distinguishing aspects of
Oh, sweet mercy, what is that?
Species, new.
What is this? Sorry, madam. What is this horror? What is this creature? I'm a monster. What is this? That is a new cryptid, but even I couldn't come up with something so hideous. Well, actually, there might be something around here in Gorse Lab, but I don't want to talk about it.
Illustrations were tested for Neopets on an ongoing basis. If you are interested in seeing some of the abandoned art designs, I made a video about that. Check it out in the card.
I'll have to
in
check
the top
that
right
out.
corner of the video.
I'll check that out on the
previously
Neopet stream.
Similar Flotsam and Jetsam were redesigned with polar.
Oh, I remember Flotsam and Jetsam. Oh wait, this became Flotsam, not Koi, which is another fish Neopet. Wait, whoops, hold on. Did the game? Oh, the game unpaused. 1 second. Whoops. Jersey Devil, Basilisk, Glove Child. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Flotsam and Jetsam, like the eels from Little Mermaid. Flotsam was always, or Jetsam was the cooler guy because he was a shark.
Creative direction.
Even got
Updated artwork and
evolutions.
testing poses
I mean,
was a
technically
strategy
these
that
were different
created
artworks
Neopet
of the same
species
creature, so.
superfans. However, there was one aspect of Doring's business model that surprised and concerned the original Neopets team.
Yep.
What Powell and Williams hadn't known when they sold Neopets was that Doug Doring was a Scientologist, and this manifested in minor ways.
I'm a bit confused about why Scientology has a cross, because as far as I know, Scientology does not involve, Jesus Christ.
Williams would later state that,
Whoops,
quote,
hold
the
on.
company was...
Oh, whoops. Ah. Sorry, something. What's going on? Yep, hold on. What's going on with my YouTube window here? Hold on. Apparently there were Native American Neopets that are read and other things, so the woke mob might come for him. We'll see. I'm not too worried. I'm not particularly worried. Anyways, where were we?
Several other investors. They all brought shares in early
Wait,
January.
what the heck? This is a different video. How did I get from... It loaded a completely new video. What the heck? 1 second. Where was I? It's a poser religion ran by the intelligence community. Really? I love how YouTube audio translates words. Yes, it is quite amusing, isn't it?
Neopets team.
What Powell and Williams hadn't known when they sold Neopets was that Doug Doring was a Scientologist, and this manifested in minor ways.
I mean, at least
Williams
they kind of have
would
a
later
cool
state
building.
That, quote,
Okay,
"The
D-Man, I'm
company
gonna
was
nap. I
structured like
Wasteland
a
Institute tonight, and I'm running
Scientology board.
tours
It
of
didn't
sleep
really
red
change
laundry.
anything that I
Well, you
noticed,
sleep well,
apart from
Pigman,
some odd
and
tests
don't
that
end up
interviewees had to
as a
take,
pig in a blanket.
consisting of questions like
Or
which
do.
straight line seemed friendlier and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Which straight line seemed friendlier? Hold on.
It didn't really change anything that I noticed apart from some odd tests that interviewees had to take,
Let me move my
consisting
stuff
of
down here.
questions like which straight line seemed friendlier.
Pre or
and
post Tom
stuff
Cruise?
like that.
I don't know,
We
actually.
also had a lot of obscure celebrities coming round the office for tours. Perhaps most concerning to them was when Doring
By the way, this is a Scorchio. This is a Scorchio, by the way.
strongly proposed adding Scientology education.
This is what it would turn into. There's a lot of dragons in Neopets. Like you have Scorchio, and then you have Drake, and then you have Shoryu. I can't believe I remember all of them. Granted, I did look up a lot of the pet names from last night because I was curious.
to the site itself. According to Williams, she and Powell fought hard against these measures. Vehement arguments would take place.
Hey,
with
Scorchio,
Doring
hey,
standing by
Scorchio.
his religious practices.
Mama,
and
make
Powell
some
and
spicy
Williams standing by
meatballs,
their
Scorchio.
commitment to keep religion and politics out of their creation.
Smart,
Only
smart,
after
actually.
multiple heated meetings.
D,
did
this is
Doring
kind of furry
relent.
coded. Well, you would know, wouldn't you, Sean?
The site's natural audience revealed itself to be school-age children. During an era when Flash games spread by word of mouth and an open
Flash
computer
games, my
pastime,
beloved.
Neopets' easy-to-use interface and cartoon style made the game easy
Gosh, I remember the Wheel of Excitement. There was a lot of gambling in Neopets. Luckily, you didn't have to spend real world money on it. Unless that changed later on.
to pick up and share.
And I would use the healing springs as well, because, if you tried to get into the battle dome, because you could battle your Neopets. You could battle them. And I never got past the first boss.
Summer break incubated a massive growth in Neopets'
Oh yeah, did
popularity.
they get many
From May
diddlers
to
in the
June,
mix? I mean,
usership doubled to hit
they might
1
have.
million
Adventure Quest for
accounts.
me,
Powell
Lila
and
Flash and
Williams
Max
had a grand
Armor.
vision for
Yeah.
their website. As time went on, they wanted to grow it by increasing the number of available activities.
Can you see the Neopets
and
fairy
items,
pipeline,
as well
right?
as introducing new industry
Yeah, but
innovations as they
that's
were
the same
created.
with, like,
But
Sonic
this
and
was
many
only
other
part
things
of
at
their
the time.
plan. To promote these additions and improvements, the team wanted to hold site-wide events, rewarding players for participating with exclusive items and for consistent.
This actually happened. I remember a couple of
These
them, and they
events,
were pretty
however,
cool. They
would
even had
require
comics.
significant upkeep with unique art, design, and coding for each one, but they would be necessary to maintain the audience that they have prodigiously gained. Their first event introduced a recurring evil character named Dr. Sloth, who sought to mutate
Is there a
everyone's
Sonic
Neopets.
Neopets?
Though it would eventually prove abnormal in
they
many
might have
ways,
collabed
the
with
event
Sonic
did
at
set
one
the
point.
trend for introducing new additions, in this case a new area to explore and a new Neopet. The event lasted
remember
a total
Grundo.
of 9 days.
The only way you could get Grundo was by going to the space
Events
station
involving
area
a
and
dozen or
adopting
so
one.
staff members would occasionally occur, with the staffers consistently dying in some gruesome yet comedic fashion, accentuating the connection between the development team and the players. The website
D,
saw
it's you, Dr.
continued
Sloth? I'm not
exponential
Dr.
growth
Sloth.
as the years went
A
by,
Dark Lord
with
known for
millions more
mutating his
people
followers,
making
huh?
accounts and an abnormally
maybe I am
high
Dr.
user
Sloth.
retention rate.
Maybe I
By
am
May
a-
of
maybe a little, but I'm not
2001, the user
evil,
base had
mostly.
increased from 1 million unique accounts to 10 million.
10 million.
2 months later, the number had increased to 15 million, and in
Yep.
April of 2002, it had reached 30 million. In
it kept
2003,
growing.
they even managed a deal with Wizards of the Coast to make the online
I had some Neopets trading
card game
cards.
into a physical one, following the trend of other popular youth-oriented intellectual properties. But
I
with
had
this
some
attention
Neopet
came the
cards.
inevitable negative press.
The internet was a vast and confusing playground for parents to navigate. The same parent who didn't want their kids to talk to strangers at the mall now saw their kids spend hours on the Neopets forums. Neopets came into popularity.
Oh. Oh my. Oh. Whoops, hold on. Oh my goodness. Well, that's disturbing.
Neopets came
That's
into
very
popularity
disturbing.
when the field of child safety online was just developing.
Holy
Online
whopping,
predator
it's
fears
that
were at an
popular? It
all-time
was that
high, and the
popular
legal
for a
system
time.
had yet to catch up with technology. Additionally, Neopets' international reach meant
This is
dabbling
why
with
you-
conflicting
you-
cultural values and taboos.
I was
In
about to say,
April
keep your
2004,
kids
an
off the
Australian
internet,
show
but I
called
was-
Today Tonight ran a segment claiming
You know,
that
I was a
Neopets
Dark Lord,
players
young
could
Dark
only
Lord on the
win
internet.
Neopets
Granted,
through
my
poker, blackjack, and
my
other
parents
forms of
monitored
gambling.
my
The
my
mother of the
internet
child
activity
featured in
pretty
this
heavily,
segment was
so.
afraid that Neopets was trying to get her son addicted to gambling. This story broke
Oh
during
yeah,
a Neopets
this. The
promotional
yokai watches a
partnership
similar
with
story,
McDonald's.
except it's
The
Japanese. Be
scandal
cool
strained
reactions
the
to it.
relationship
Oh,
between the
I'll
companies,
consider
and
it.
Neopets rolled out a ban on gambling games for all of Australia.
The Neopets team, undeterred, continued.
I mean, to be fair, yes, there was a lot of gambling in Neopets, but again, you didn't spend any real-world currency on it.
Explore controversial methods of monetization. Their first major change.
Although technically, if I remember, there was a concern about like account sharing and like, you know, giving your account information to different people who would promise to, you know, give you a bunch of account stuff. Granted, I think you could get banned for that, and it was like I think they had a PSA about that as well.
2004, when the company began to run banner ads in conjunction with their native advertising. To remove these banner ads, Neopets Inc. offered a premium membership. With the company becoming more and more profitable, it began to attract more
remember
attention
this.
from corporations.
Prehistoric V-Bucks in a way, yeah. You don't remember
In 2005,
there being a premium.
Neopets
Sorry,
Inc.
just some
was bought
emergency
by
home maintenance that
Viacom
took longer
for
than I thought. I'm back though.
$160
Welcome back,
million.
Moist. Welcome.
Viacom was one of the most massive media conglomerates, with ownership over MTV, Comedy Central, and Nickelodeon. Seeing the popularity of Neopets with their young demographic, they considered the opportunity to utilize Neopets branding in numerous other locations.
Yeah, there
They
was
began to
Nickelodeon
use the
ads, if I
IP
remember.
with seemingly little discretion.
What's a better way to get a brand in front of a bunch of kids than making a feature film? Warner Brothers
That
entered
never
talks for
happened.
staffing up and producing an animated Neopets film.
They did
This
get a
was
video
the
game,
heyday
though.
of pumping out Neopets merchandise and brand paraphernalia.
I'm old.
Limited 2 was
You're a
brought
zoomer.
into the distribution mix for
Oh my gosh, Limited 2. I haven't heard that name in ages. Ages.
selling plushies, the branded magazine, and the paperback Neopets Puzzles and Games book. In 2006,
I haven't heard the
Neopets
name. Is
ahead of their
Limited 2
time with
still
a cell phone
around?
You could pay $2.99 a month to connect to Neopets Mobile, an early game application. If
Gosh, this was before smartphones too,
you
so
were
this
like
was
me
on
and
your,
somehow
you know,
convinced your
flip
parents to
phone.
buy the Islandberry Crunch cereal, you know how truly awful that experience was. But it came with a
Oh, I
special
remember this
promotional
cereal.
Neopets
That
trading
fairy,
card.
though, I mean,
Viacom tested how far they could
the
push
fairies
the
were pretty-
success of
were pretty
Neopets
cute.
by using it as a
On the
jump-off
internet, I'm
point for other
ancient.
virtual worlds. Pet Park was a virtual world that featured a more junior web experience like Club Penguin or Webkins. Pet Park launched in 2008.
Why is
Quest,
there
a
someone
multi-
named? Hold on. Why is there someone named Yog Shogoth? Youngsters. I retract my own message. I didn't mean to. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Youngsters should not be. Youngsters should not, and I mean not, be reading the works of Lovecraft in his circles. I stand by my statement about the fairies. I mean, the fairies are pretty
Park launched in
attractive.
2008. KeyQuest, a multiplayer digital board game, launched in 2008.
I don't
Treasure
remember this
Keepers
at all.
tested the water of Facebook gaming. The Neopets Habitarium
Neopets
game rolled out in
anime?
2011. Other attempts to throw everything at the wall to
This
see
is
what
beyond
would stick
me.
included a trifecta of
I
console
don't think that
games.
is a youngster. That
The
might not
PlayStation
be.
Portable got Pet Adventures, The Wand of Wishing. The Neopets Darkest Fairy launched for
This
PlayStation
one I
2.
remember. This one I think I heard about, but this
The
one I
DS,
remember.
Wii, and PC got Neopets Puzzle Adventure.
This seems kind of Debro. What are you playing? I'm not playing anything. I'm showing off Neopets. Wait, Capcom probably. Hold on. Capcom published or developed a Neopets game? Lovecraft tossed me anything I know, especially in animal husbandry. Hey! Anyone gonna say Facebook game? Someone say Facebook gaming? You played Puzzle Adventure? Wait, hold on. Some look intriguing. The Darkest Fairy, I remember being kind of cool because I remember being kind of high budget, and they had like it was a Zelda hack and slasher type game.
But many of these ventures failed. The Facebook game Treasure Keepers, which was launched in August of 2011, was closed only 4 months later in December of the
You
same
didn't know
year.
it was Neopets, even though it had Neopets on the title?
Before Viacom's purchase,
I remember
was
this
dropped
guy,
in
King
2006,
Scarl.
only 3 years
Capcom
after
did some
its creation.
shovelware
And while
publishing
there are
on
no
me. I didn't know
available sales
this.
figures for the console games, it's likely that
Or if
they
I
were
did, I've
middling
completely
based on
forgotten about
mediocre
it.
reviews and the limited number produced. As for the feature-length animated movie, Viacom had been suspiciously silent. After a general site revamp in 2007, progress on the site slowed, with gradually decreasing content additions, and with it, fewer interactive plots. No new Neopet species had been added since 2006. One area, Lutari Island, was left as a vestigial remnant, having only been accessible through Neopets
think I
Mobile,
remember
which was
this one.
discontinued in 2009. Perhaps one of the larger blows to the company
So something interesting about Neopets is that they had like, you could collect secret maps that would take you to certain areas where you could get like, you know, rare items or like transformations.
The original founders left Neopets Inc. in June of 2007.
Oh.
Though on relatively amicable terms, Donna would later say that, quote, "We really didn't feel like they were at all interested in what we had planned for the site.
Man, look at those-
they didn't
those
actually try to
those
stop us
JPEGing
even-
artifacts.
or even contact us at any time after we left to get our feedback on anything. That seemed really strange for us. We didn't leave on bad terms or anything. We just said we wanted to leave, and they said, okay."
All right. They graduated.
Eventually, with profits from the intellectual property slowing, Viacom sold off Neopets to a company called Jumpstart for an undisclosed amount in 2014.
Huh.
The purchase was puzzling.
I remember
since
learning about this
Jumpstart
part.
was a software developer known for their games such as Jumpstart First Grade, Second Grade,
I remember the
etc.
Jumpstart
And
games.
what
How many
precisely
Neopets
they wanted to
devs
with
do you think were
Neopets
furries?
was unclear. Upon acquisition, Pet Park, Habitarium, and Quest were taken offline, likely due to the lack of infrastructure to
Probably. At minimum, maybe 70%, but I don't know for sure.
maintain them and their limited profitability. Almost immediately, things began to break down. In September, Jumpstart began the arduous process of migrating Neopets servers, but while this was occurring, the word filter system went offline. With the software unavailable, moderators were unable to effectively control the once strictly managed message boards. As soon as this was discovered by some foul-mouthed users, word spread, and people began posting purposefully provocative threads such as, "Eat my homo butt, Kyle."
Make crystal meth.
How do I make crystal meth? Hail Satan, and
You know, these are surprisingly tame to what
Do you
I
think
expected.
Frederick from Fire Emblem would have a firm butt if you grabbed it?
These are surprisingly. Like, I expected far worse. I thought this would turn into a troll raid.
This day became known to the player base as the Neopocalypse, or
The
perhaps more
Neopocalypse.
affectionately, the Day of Sin.
Wait a
After this-
minute. The Day of Sin. The Day of Sin. On June 28, 2015, the filters on the Neo boards went down. Sinning happened. Sinning happened. Sinning happened. I need to read this in a dramatic voice. Hold on. On the day, the Day of Sin, on June 28, 2015, the filters on the Neo boards went down. Sinning happened. There were no survivors. Read it like a Darksiders cutscene? Ooh, okay, hold on. On June 28th, 2015, the filters on the Neo boards went down. Sinning happened. Sinning happened. This is technically a two-sentence horror story. This is technically a two-sentence horror story. Now read it like a Legacy of Kain monologue. Okay, hold on. On June 28th, 2015. The filters on the Neo boards went down. I could feel the swirling madness envelop them. And thus did sinning happen.
Incident, other small site features fell into disrepair. While many of these problems were fixable, some were just removed. Of the most visible was the active users feature on the homepage, which was simply left as a blank white spot. The pervasive Neo Friends Online box consistently showed a snapshot of the users online at the time the server migrated. Other elements, like Punchbag Sid, haven't made an appearance since the migration.
Poor Punchbag Sid. Poor Punchbag Sid. My man Punchbag Sid. He's been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot, but look at him. Despite that, despite him being in complete disrepair, one of his limbs falling off, his innards coming out, having an eye patch, he keeps his smile, and he keeps his aura and his stance.
Quite a year after the acquisition, in March of 2015,
Punch Big Shot said, "How dare you do that to Sid?"
Inc. staff was laid off. In a public post by David Lord, CEO of Jumpstart, he stated that, quote, "Unfortunately, a recent restructuring of our resources means a number of respected employees working on Neopets are no longer with the company." He clarified that, quote, "Neopets is not closing in any way. To the contrary, we plan to produce new content, update the site, and dedicate valuable resources towards improving site functionality." After this point,
well, I guess it was true because it kept going. No, I'm saying he graduated into providing punchback shots. Would you like a Neopets Digimon crossover? I don't think Neopets is even big enough to have Digimon crossover anymore.
Defunct state.
Things have been slow through 2017. Then in July of this year, NetDragon Websoft acquired Jumpstart and therefore Neopets.
I remember learning this from a Mental Floss video.
This will mean long-term, things are already looking up. Since the news of the acquisition, the Neo Friends Online feature was pushed out of beta and is now a functioning feature. This represented the first major update to the site in 3 years. This could eventually mean a relaunch of KeyQuest, which Jumpstart had stated was their intention after taking
I don't remember KeyQuest at all.
NetDragon has a long history of launching and supporting MMOs in China and abroad.
Today, the site remains in a state of limbo. It is a representation of the possibilities of new technologies and interactive experiences.
So also, this is an interesting thing that Neopets did. They had what's called limited edition pets. So like they had certain species that you couldn't get, but there would be certain days where you could get that Neopet if you wanted to, but you had to be quick on the internet draw. Yeah, but hypothetically, if it could happen, would you like it? I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm really only planning on playing Neopets for the stream. I don't think I'm playing it long term. Neopets does a VTuber Corporal. They invite you, but they're almost certainly the blackest of black companies. Do you do it? I almost would want to do it just for the experience.
But are so easily left behind or exploited beyond their capacities.
And to have that veterancy under my belt.
It could come to represent something more.
Something more. But yes, that was a history of Neopets. That was an overview of the Neopets. One of the things of my childhood which I enjoyed. One of my fixations. Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Hold on a second. But yes, I hope you learned something, Demongrels. I hope you learned something. Anyways, back to Darksiders. Graham's talking about back in his day. I took the UNC test, and I'm not even that much of an UNC compared to some of you. Didn't you also, Sean? You were the one who was saying that you were old. When we both know that isn't true. Which way was I going again? I got flipped turned upside down. You're probably the oldest ever here. You might be. You could be. But that's okay. I like my senior Demongrels. Yeah, in internet years. Okay. I got more of an UNC score than you. Game is me. Oh, right. I forgot. Turning game back up. Let me turn the game back up. Don't call me senior. Senor. Imagine being old. Imagine. Dragons? Imagine dragon. You know, hold on. Let me move myself. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a Fugi. What's going on with the game here? There's a white border at the bottom. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. At least I got some relics, which is nice. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm too zoomed for most of this conversation. Well, you have to learn, Sonny. You'll have to learn, book mage. You're a book mage. You should know better. I mean, you study books and you're a mage, right? This should be ancient lore that you should be interested in. A child called me man yesterday for the first time and made me feel like 60 at 22. Well, you're not even a man. You're a degenerate demongrel. What the heck, man? I'm gonna be forced to wear an adult diaper and mutagen colonoscopy bag. I'm not forcing you to do that. Who's forcing you to do that? I think you're just might force that on yourself. You don't need to do it. Zoomer is old Gen Alpha is where it's at, unfortunately.
You have found the second piece. I can feel its power within you. The rod wills itself whole. You may be deaf to its cries, but I am not. The final piece lies beyond this
Time is forcing me.
in an area heavily fortified by the
You know, maybe I'll work on see if I can find some mutations for you that might slow that, or maybe accelerate that. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't.
This broken world
I don't think maybe you should double lip on the mutagen.
And yet we
might not be
must
the best
fight
for
on
you.
against the darkness to uphold the light. If your actions hasten our end, so be it.
May you live to see the Destroyer take his last breath. Your ill of the Hellguard.
Which he does.
The final piece is within the grasp.
You know, you might think, you know, after this, she'd be nicer to war. Why are all the women hot in this universe? I don't know. But, yeah, you might wonder why, technically she doesn't hold a grudge against my dad. But she still holds one against war. You spoiled it? Moist, I think you were there for the last stream. Most people who played Darksiders 1 know what happened. But yes, I did spoil it. Why all the flesh bursters hot in this game? Because that's how they explode. Spontaneous combustion. Yeah, why can't they look like the new God of War? Okay, I have a bit of a hot take. I don't think... Okay, this is my hot take. This is my hot take, the Mongols. On the new God of War. I don't think Faye looks that bad. And I don't mind that she looks like that. Primarily because she's a mom. She's a mom. And I'm not like, okay, she's a mom and I'm kind of okay with that, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, she looks like a mom, so I'm not particularly bothered by that. But I understand why people are. I'm not really bothered. Granted, I'm more curious about the world and lore of La Fey, but I don't think I'm planning on buying La Fey, primarily because I'm not planning on buying a PS5. I don't mind since he's a giant. I understand the fatigue. I get it. Did the actress dirty? Yeah, no, they did. Again. I just think I've seen worse, you know? Kratos had a brothel minigame and he chose the rundown 40-year-old lady. Listen, you guys have to remember, the whole thing you have to remember is that, like, I was just making an observation trying to stop culture war stuff. No, it's fine. I don't mind talking about it. I don't mind talking about it because I have a bit of a different opinion. But like the whole thing with Kratos having all this copious amount of sex was primarily because he, you know, it was like Kratos in the Greek saga, like, was not a good person, and you have to remember he had a wife and child that he loved, and after they died, he went on to have copious amount of sex and went on to commit murder as a way to, you know, try to erase or trying to dull the pain and the sensation. He's Olympian, that's expected. That too. But like, you have to remember a lot of what Kratos did, that was an optional thing, and also it was to show that, like, Kratos in the Greek saga was going insane, and he was, like, losing himself, you know? He was a force of destruction and hurt many people on his path. Kratos was doing the Baki techniques, sex together to get stronger. I mean, you're not entirely wrong there. Although Baki is different from his father, where he, you know, is fiercely monogamous. Yujiro has sex with, you know, women, men, animals. Yujiro will have sex with anything and somehow it will produce offspring. Well, no, it won't, because the men he has had sex with, and by that I mean actual rape, which he has also raped women as well. That's how Jack Hanma's, you know. Wait, what? Oh, you guys don't know that Yujiro has had sex with animals and produced Hanma animal hybrid offspring? Wait, did you guys not know about this? Donald Trump, oh yeah, he did threaten, quote unquote, or not threaten, as a bi guy, the men are hot in Baki. You would say that, so yes, but I suppose you are bi, so. If I trust the developer, it'd be fine. It's just the last game was awful with its tutorials and handholding and revisionism. It was literally a sweet baby game where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't remember the revisionism. In fact, I really don't. I remember being a bit handholdy, which is a problem for sure. But the revisionism, especially with Valhalla, I don't remember there being really any particular revisionism. If anything, like, they paid a lot of respect to, you know, Kratos and his story, where they were like, yeah, Kratos did do bad things, but like he also, like, he wasn't entirely evil. Like, there was good in him. And it was like transitioning him from a god of war and Kratos like facing his old self, but also like, you know, coming to accepts that he was an awful person who committed atrocities, but at the same time, he also had the capacity to do good. And one of the reasons why he led his men, you know, to defend the barbarian horde, and he, you know, did try to fight Ares, you know, or not fight Ares, but like beckoned Ares for his help against the barbarian king, was to protect, you know, his village and everything. Again, I very much like Ragnarok and the Norse saga. I understand people's problems with it, but I feel like it didn't disrespect. Maybe I'm overly quick. I'm willing to give, you know, the benefit of the doubt until I saw Sweet Baby. I can understand that. I can understand that. I can understand that. I can completely understand it. I just don't think, compared to certain other things that they worked on, the whole Agrabah thing with the giants was dumb, but overall I thought it was quite good. Quite good. And I don't blame people for being critical, but I think people are being overly critical, like on Kratos being quote-unquote softer, when it's very much in character. Like, it builds up. Games no longer get the benefit of the doubt for me. No, I get it. I get it. No problem. But again, that is just my opinion. And I feel like people are being like, I just think people are way too hard on Kratos, like being quote unquote like soft. Hello, this is critical. But at the same time, they're welcome to their opinions. See the Destroyer Spire here. You can see the Black Spire. I don't remember if when Death is at this point, if this is taking place before, or I don't think it's taking place during 3. It might be taking place before 3 chronologically. When Heroes doing, yeah, only Reddit approved opinions there. Look, nuance. We can have nuance. We can have nuance. hypercritical. Oh, gotcha. The gameplay in the new games is not as good, but I like the story. You know what? I appreciate. You know, I know people make fun of the over-the-shoulder third person. I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it as much as the original? Kind of. They're very different. That's the thing. They're kind of hard to compare. I very much enjoyed it. I enjoyed, you know, kind of mixing up a, you know, kind of usually a third-person shooter angle. If they want to openly advocate and do what they do and hire the firms they do, they lose access to my nuance. I just don't be gleefully evil and go in with an open mind. The cube will carry the game. Yeah. I talked about the cube on Twitter, on X. Even people who aren't, you know, being hypercritical of Faye don't like the cube. I don't know of anyone. I mean, there are people who make jokes about the cube. I just don't get it. I'm afraid Kratos is losing his boy and reverting back. What I would want from a God of War game next is I would actually be fine if they didn't continue on with Kratos and they went with Deimos instead. Instead of Atreus, they went with Deimos. You know, Kratos' brother. It turns out Kratos' brother is in the Everwhen, or managed to also come back to life, and he goes to Egypt. You know. Ah, crap. Yeah, the cube, I don't know what they're thinking with the gelatinous cube. You know, people, I pointed out, you know, they had that other mascot right there, that little, you know, gecko, frog, toad, fox, squirrel thing that was cute enough and didn't talk. But I mean, people still didn't like that. But I thought it's better than the cube. You know? I think that was still better than the cube.
Place for a horse.
And I thought it actually had a much more interesting design and clearly more love and attention put into it. I guess the cube, I just don't get the cube. I think the cube is supposed to be a Buddhist thing, but I don't know. I prefer the original direction where he goes on from 3 to become one of the Magi. See, that's why I like Ragnarok. I like the idea that he went on to become one of the Magi. But I think one of the things that I do appreciate about 3 and Ragnarok and Valhalla is that he does go on to become a god of hope, you know. I feel like it's continuing in the spirits of. Fun fact, Pain and Panic are their counterparts in Hercules. What do you mean by that? But that is why I like, you know, the Norse saga, because it is, you know, I feel like it is sort of continuing on in the spirit of, you know, Kratos becoming one of the wise men. Because it is Kratos, you know, coming to terms with, you know, the evils that he's inflicted and becoming wiser for it. Kratos and Deimos? Well, Kratos I think means war. So, which is fitting. Doesn't know the roots of democracy. Oh, I'm aware. Well, sort of. I mean, you know, Kratocracy was thing. Kratos is the god of battle. There was a character. Kratos, the definition last I checked meant war. Kratos, the Greek word meant war. I think he might have been inspired by another character. I know Kratos. You know, Laufey is, you know, the fact that his son Atreus is Loki is because, you know, his wife is a giant. Ergo, you know, and her name was Laufey. And I think he also takes the role of Laufey's husband in the original mythology. As far as my reading and understanding goes. But yeah, I understand people's, you know, problems with the old. No, read it wrong. Kratos, not Kratos. Kratos? You know, again, I understand that my opinion on, you know, the Norse saga might differ from others here. And I'm not not saying this as someone who's like, I like one more than the other. I think both actually very much have a place. And I said it on Twitter that I don't like that they are remaking the original God of War trilogy with the Norse Saga style gameplay. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think the Norse style, I prefer that the Norse Saga game, has its own gameplay style, and the Greek Saga has its own style. I like that they have different styles, and I think trying to remake the Greek style with the Norse one. To be fair to the Rick and Morty Reddit cube, I do think it was a legitimate mythology thing. They had it in SMT for years, but they're butchering it. I think it's a Buddhist thing. I think it appeared in Lygia. I prefer to keep them separate. Yes, I prefer to keep them separate because they are technically connected, but I like that the gameplay in God of War, the Norse Saga in 2018 and Ragnarok sort of reflected, a different point in Kratos' life, if that makes sense. His strength and he bonds with his son, and like he tells stories of Spartan, like he very much feels like a father in that, and coming to terms with being a father. He's much more stoic and reserved as well. Also the problem, I think one of the big problems is the term, do better, like the moral scolding of do better and be better has just turned people off when they're asking, usually when people are saying do better and be better, that's not what they mean. They want you to acquiesce rather than like actually, My headcanon is that Jesus was Kratos' therapist. That would make sense. Again, one of the original ideas for the ending of God of War 3 was for Kratos to become one of the wise men. One of the three magi, one of the three wise men. Because that would also represent hope. And I'm very curious if they're going to do pull any Judeo-Christianity in La Fey. These are my hot God of War takes. Call me Reddit or slop or whatever, but I'm just giving my honest opinions. I'm giving my honest opinions. Your Dark Lord will stand by his opinions. Maybe even if his mongrels and others don't, agree with him. And you're free not to like the Norse games. That is totally your prerogative. Oh, crap. But I think just hating something for the sake of it, just because it leans a certain way or seems roughly familiar to something else, even when it's not, is not a direction you want to go in as well. You don't want to be jumping in shadows, if that makes sense. I think it's people are responding to the raw disconnect. Ragnarok was, and Sony have done in general, aren't learning. They're showing off in presentations. No, I get that. I get that too. Yeah, that I understand to a large degree. Plus, one of the things I did like about 2018 God of War was, the sort of, lone wolf and cub, sort of deal. And and the father, the father-son trip. Maybe it reminded me a lot of me and Paul Monstrous, because sometimes Paul Monstrous and I have had strained relationships where we didn't fully understand each other, but I know that he loves me and I love him, and that I wouldn't be where I am without him. So that resonated with me as a son. Same with, you know, Death's journey here in Darksiders 2. You know, he's an older brother trying to clear the name of his, you know, younger sibling, and going through a bunch of hoops and stuff. And I would do the same for my, you know, my younger brother, you know, Bro Monstrous. Despite the fact that he and I have had, you know, had our troubles. There's no jumping at shadows after Uncharted 4, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man 2, Yotai, and Shadows. They turn the goodwill into PS2. Again, no. I'm saying that. I understand that. I understand that, right? But I'm saying, how do I explain this with nuance? It's looking at anything new. It's looking at anything new, and being so burned by it, and anything that looks remotely a certain thing, even if it's not. I don't know. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? You know what? I make jokes about being, you know, a quote-unquote chud. But I guess I would technically be considered one, but I don't really know if I consider myself either, so to speak. I mean, the Dark Lord has his own opinions and takeaways, if that makes sense. Nuance in this day and age? I try. Nuance doesn't exist. Everything is biased one way or another. I think there's always going to be biases, but I think not nuance does in fact exist, and it's important to keep in mind, because you know because a lot of problems can be exasperated. Something I've learned is that miscommunications can turn into simple miscommunications can turn into lifelong feuds that could have been, you know, solved, that could have been avoided. But sometimes sometimes that people can be unreasonable. I also understand that. And you know, Chibupi said maybe there are times where he thinks that I act in too good a faith, and maybe I do. But again, I also don't think the world is so dismal. There's hope in the world, and I don't think not so many people are irredeemable. I get what you mean, and I don't disagree, but I'm not just burned. Sony spit in my mouth and told me I should be assassinated. Oh my. They need to earn nuance, not keep on repeating. I can understand that. So I didn't mean for this to get heavy. You know, oh crap. Devs need to stand up for themselves. They do. You know, as someone who wanted to be a game developer, Dark Lord wanted to be a game developer and studied in school for it. I'll say this. Are there such a thing as entitled players and players who make unreasonable demands? Yes, there are. But there's always going to be people like that. And if you lump everyone in who has a reasonable criticism and make it seem like that is the majority and focus on that, you're not going to do well. You're not going to do well. And are there people out there who are just going to, you know, look at something and try to make as much drama and stuff out of it? Yeah, but at the same time, it's about being discerning. It's about very much being discerning. I get to forgive and such, but we can only with the people with those who seek to use your print. But we can't We can only with the principle once these who seek to use their principle against you are removed from society. To an extent, yeah. Santa Monica presenting they did either means they're ignorant to the point of incompetence or they hate their customers. Smoking firemen. You might be right. You might, again, you might entirely be right. I might be entirely wrong. Again, I don't plan on getting Fae. I don't plan on getting Law Fae. There are things that most certainly interest me about it. Do you think GTA 6 will be good? I don't know, man. I don't really. I played GTA 5, but I got it later when it was on sale and played it with some friends. I hope you're right. Maybe. Testing, am I back? The mongrels, am I back? Am I back? Are we here? The mongrels, are we back? Are we live? I was not ganked by family, Are we back? Let me see, hold on, just doing a check real quick. Syllabus. Let me see. Okay, we're back. Sorry, just checking things on, because I am multi-streaming on the Twitters. I am multi-streaming on the Twitter/X. Also, I made a mistake. So it turns out, like, I thought the plus to next to your viewer count was like your how many concurrent viewers you have. No, that's just the amount of viewers you have in general. So I don't have 34 people watching me on Twitter. I have 34 currently at 34 views, concurrent views. I think that's how it reads. Otherwise, yeah. But yes, I think we should be back. I think we should be good. I'm not as bassy? I'm not as bassy. Hold on. I'm not as bassy? I'm not as bassy. No, I think my monster voice is back. I think I should be normal. He's jesting. Oh, haha, very funny, Sean. Very funny. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Okay, please don't die, please don't die, please. Okay, I had to use Reaper form just so I didn't die. So let me save. Did I get that angel? I did not. Oh, come on, really? Well, fine, at least I'll get some health back. You sound like Mickey Mouse to me, boss. You must have... Sean, your mutation is certainly degrading. It's certainly degrading. Let me expand. BioWare, Bethesda, Dead Rising, Saints Row. My memory is failing, but a name, a disgraced dev, and I've loved them, and I think I've earned my bitterness. Again, no, I understand that. I understand that. A lot of us have been abused. I know a tuber that goes great Mickey Mouse impressions. Yeah, my Oshi Dizzy Dokuro. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Inside, it's fun inside. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Miska, Muska, Minnie Mouse, or Mickey Mouse. I do plan on playing Kingdom Hearts on stream, so Saints Row reboot isn't a game. You didn't see Dizzy pre or near debut. I've been going back and watching VODs, and I've been watching her debut, and she's very, very cute. And she had audio problems for a while. Man, I'm so nervous to meet her. I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous. I'm so nervous, man. I know it's only a minute and then probably a few minutes with the maid cafe, but like, yeah, more like Kingdom Farts. Got him. Don't say that in Tenma's stream. And I got the Rod of Arafel back. Nice. Got the Rod of Arafel. The Rod of Arafel. Da-dum. Let's go. I'm just trying to think of what I want to say in that. I mean, I might decide to go last in line just so I can prep myself and you know, prepare myself psychologically. I don't think I want to be the first in line. I think I want to maybe be last. D, call her your Discord kitten and tip your fedora. I don't actually have a fedora. Unlike you. Unlike you, Sean. I don't think it's Yap since she literally is invaders, but I wondered, did you watch when she was a slug? No, I didn't. But I'm familiarizing herself when she was, you know. And it only has made me appreciate her more, given what she has done for her previous company and what she tried to do. Not a true fan. I was late. I was late, but I'm here now, and I am ride or die with Dizzy Dokuro. I'm ride or die with her all the way. Proposed with a ring pop? Okay, the mongrels, there is something that I was probably going to say to... Oh, wait, I forgot to bring the Lord of the Fist of Alhazar. Let me read the info. One of the handful of exceptional kingdom warriors from the kingdom of men, much like Draven. My phone misclicked and deleted my message, just so annoying and rough. I'm sorry, man. Alhazar fought his way through the many levels of the Crucible bearing these weapons. The left gauntlet is known as Alhazar's Glare for it is carven, not craven, carven, why can't I read? With an eye to mark his first victory in the arena over a raging Cyclops. Which I don't know if that's an actual Cyclops from Greek mythology or if it was a Cyclopean creature from one of the 3 kingdoms or an old one or from one of the other kingdoms. The right gauntlet is named Alhazar's Might, for it bears runes that shimmer with raw power. Together, the fists of Alhazar grant the wielder many benefits. Enemies are staggered by the hammer blows, their bodies devastated by the increasingly severe hits. Okay, ooh. I've got 2 special abilities. And these are sick gauntlets, too. On chance, you don't know, you saw the classic Sad Girl Company interview. I believe so. I should get a pair of gauntlets like these. I think there's another angel around here. Oh, no, there's a stone, which I do need. I still don't believe Junko, who said there's 1,000 attendants. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. And it's crazy that there are... You know how she came up with the name. I think so. I think I remember this. I think so. I might need a reminder. Because I might be thinking of something else, otherwise. I might need a reminder. My brain is failing me. Okay. At least the trapped Hailguard. No, I do want to find the rest of the... I might need to do a circle back and find the rest of the angels. I want to find Sunder. Because Uriel gives you a pretty dang good weapon, Sunder, for it. Hold on. Alright, let me see. Da 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 da. No, she just came up with the term Sad Girl Company. Oh yes, just a minute. Good night. Good night. I'm gonna head out. Good night, Dee. Good. Thank you for stopping by, Sean. I don't know if this will be a longer or shorter stream today. Depending. We'll see. But thank you for stopping by, Sean, as always. Even if you are a little grabnoid. Let me see. Da-da. 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 Hold on, let me see. I'm just trying to remember. Okay, let me check something. Maxims 2. Yeah, I could just do it by myself, like not look it up, because Earth is not too difficult to navigate, but just to save on a little bit of time. And because I do want Sunder. Let me see. Okay, did I get that one? I think I got that guy. Let me check. I don't mind doing a little bit of backtracking. Maybe it'll give me a little... I don't think I'm going to get any more XP from this. But let's take a look. Let me double check. Can I talk to Uriel again?
Rod of Arafel has been made whole.
I am tempted to ask that you wield that weapon and turn the tide of this war. But I fear the Destroyer would capture it again and turn it to his dark purpose. No, better that you remove it from this world and into the safe keeping of the White Army. We will make our stand here until the Helguard is no more.
I would stand with you, Uriel. My brother's fate takes me on another path.
You have proven yourself honorable. A
Yep.
virtue little known
Even
with your
though
kind.
she helped.
But if
even
I
though we
ever
helped
see
her.
him,
Earth is
war
difficult
must
to navigate
answer
for me.
his crimes.
It
They
can
could
be.
not have brought this upon the earth, and I will see my brother spared.
Do what you will, Ryder. But this world is lost, and that cannot be undone.
outdone.
And what of the Hellguard, Uru? Every blade dulls, eventually.
That's what I'm counting on. The demons will suffer all the more when we force the blade
Ooh,
home.
I like that. Wait. Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up. Oh, wait, hang on, yeah. Sticks and stones. Stone of Mystics. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna circle through Earth a little bit, you know. I'm gonna circle through Earth some more. Oh wait, it's not Friday. I forgot, it's not Friday night. It's Thursday night. Friday night's tomorrow. Silly me. So, Demongos, are you looking forward to anything for Summer Games Fest? I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow with my Oshi, of course. The magnificent Dizzy Dokuro, and the rest of the love bugs. But what about the rest of you? I just want some more. I really just, at this point, I just want more Darksiders 2 news. And other than that, maybe other than that, I am looking forward to hopefully an announcement on the Wilds DLC for Monster Hunter. I'm really hoping we get news on that. I made a post about what I'd like to see from, you know, the Wilds DLC. And something I should have included was better optimization as well. Maybe I need to backtrack. I might need to backtrack. I keep myself surprised so I can get excited for something this year. I'm content with my 10-year-old games. I'm starting to feel that way too, but you never know. Darksiders 4 is coming out. Did I say Darksiders 2, that what I wanted to be announced, or did I say Darksiders 4? I meant Darksiders 4. Persona 6? Oh yeah, that is coming out, isn't it? Or that was teased, wasn't it? We're probably gonna get some more Dragon Quest 12? It's Dragon Quest 12, right? Dragon Quest 12 news. Fire Emblem's Fortune Weave. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. Wait, no, I think someone was talking about it, but it's taking place in the same world as Three Houses? Showa American Story. Showa American Story. Showa American Story. I don't know if I've heard that one. I wonder if we're getting the indie games. There's some indie games that I am looking forward to playing. And that is Terrible Lizards and Shark Dentist. And they're supposed to come out this year. Oh, check out Showa American Story. It looks amazing. I'll check it out sometime. Maybe after stream. You know what? I'll look it up now. I'll look it up now. Why not? Why not? Why not? The Day of the Devs should have a lot. Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with it. Let me see. Let me see. Showa Story. How did I not see? Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I just saw the thumbnail for an Asmongold clip. Let me see this. Hold on. Hold on a moment. What is this? Sorry, but thanks. No, you're fine. I wanted to do this. Hold on a moment. Just let me set this up again. Da-da.
あなたがテキサスを日本の財団に売ったから、
Is that George Washington?
このようなことが連鎖的に起
Okay,
きた。
you have my attention now. GX. Gex. Is this a Gex game? Ooh. Melon. Exploding melon. Neo Yokohama. So wait, is this like an alternate universe where Japan won World War II and took over the US? That's interesting. Japan bought the land. Oh.
ゾンビとは過去にとらわれ、抜け出せない者たちです。彼らは真の解雇者。
This is what happens when anime comes to the West. Japan has now taken over the US and we have become one. We become the United States of Japan, America. Japan, America. It's 80s America and Japan, but with crazy yakuza style for Dead Rising Zombies. Okay, I like that, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. They just... Ooh, drill arm, hello. Okay. Tengu, the legend roars. This is by far the tamest trailer? Okay, I'm gonna look at the others later. Is that... Was that guy... Hold on a moment. I'm getting some God Hand vibes from this too. That guy's literally wielding like... What is this called? Like the axle? He's like using a truck axle as a weapon. And this guy's just using straight up weights. Yeah, this is pretty sick. Is that David Bowie? Whoa! Wait, hold on. No. Is she? Is she going to extract fluids from the booty? Is this going to be a booty fluid extraction? Oh. Don't worry about it. I am, but I guess I won't. Is that it? Horse. Was that... Hold on. Was that Kenshiro on Rao's horse? Except that's not Rao's horse. That is a horse giraffe. But that was Kenshiro. That had to have been Kenshiro. Is that Black Rambo? Is that Black Rambo? And buff Ben Stiller? Long horse, yeah. That is a very hairy chest. Who is this man? Showa American Story. 2026. Okay. Okay, color me intrigued. I'm going to put this on my wish list. The man with the chest hair is the president. Oh, okay. Well, color me intrigued. Moist. I want to play this game, and I'm going to wish list it. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to wish list, you know, I'm going to wish list that. That looks pretty dang sick. That looks pretty dang sick. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get back to Darksiders, and let me try to find all of the angels I missed. Which ones am I missing? North of the starting area. Okay, so let me see. Should have been right there. I think I got that one. Yeah, if it cancels, I'm going to get circumcised again. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know if that's a good idea, man. I don't know if that's a good idea. Alright, let me see. Should be right over here. I think I already got this guy. Well, they better not cancel it. Yeah, I hope for your sake. Okay. Got that angel. Got that angel. Do they put it back on? Who knows? Maybe they might. Or maybe it's, you know, a different mutation. Also, I just realized. No, wait, no. I thought I had top chat on. No, I actually had live chat on. No. I'm dumb. I'm done. Disregard. I did not. In fact, I had live chat on. Right, where's the next angel? Did I miss this guy? Walking down some stairs. Going down the stairs. Stairs. Did I get the one on the stairs? Yeah, I got this guy. This guy should be good. Should be cool and good. Good and cool. Okay, the next angel should be where? Number 3 at the end of a corridor. I think I got the corridor angel. Corridor angel. That doesn't mean anything. Why was I laughing at that? Da-dum. Da-da, 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 da-da. Explode! Did I not get the ones down here? I thought I did. Yeah, I got that one. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay, let's see where the next one is. So this one's probably going to be on top on a higher building. Da-da. Explode. I think I got the angel here. Or did I? Might have to go down here and check. Oh, did I get one over here? I think maybe there's one over here I might have missed. They just keep on exploding, keep on exploding. They just keep going and exploding. They keep on detonating. Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites the dust. I forgot how the rest of that song goes. Duh. Anyone down there? Okay, I'm in the NOS area. I went and circled around. I went in circles again. Oh, well. Junk. 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 Da-dum. 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 Da-da. Da-da. Okay, let's see. I think there may be an angel possibly on one of these. Nope, there he is, there he is, there he is. Okay, that is another one. Yeah, some of them are a bit more hidden than others. Wait, can I blow that car? Yes, I can. I can, in fact, blow up that car. Oh, crap! I was about to get murked. You know what? I should not worry about it. Because I think I can also use, redemption. I can use redemption to shoot the imprisoned angels. I think. But am I, therefore I am, no, I messed that up. Therefore I am. I am. Ah, Nyog, welcome. Oh, it's back? Oh, or not? Did we lose? Did we lose stream? Did we lose stream? Did we lose stream? Oh, it was. The Dark Lord is spreading freedom, I see. I'm trying to, but welcome, Blast. Welcome. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm losing you all. I think it's working now. Is it, we're still having issues? For a while, it's fixed now. Okay. Dono, I have discovered the Rascalian Lenny's weakness. Oh, fill me in. I must know. Oh crap, put on, I need to put on Skeletal Axe of Rending. It's being my clutch, but it's so good to have health regen! No, I'm here? Okay, you're here. Buy you an ultrasonic water cleaner. I'm already giving you a fiefdom, Tail. That is appropriate to your efforts. But tell me about Lenny's weakness. Tell me about Marigold's weakness. Hello, book. Food. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's true, because British food is awful. Oh, I see. Appropriate to my efforts. Yes, exactly. You will be appropriately rewarded. You will be, in proportion to your efforts, you will be given a, you will be giving a fiefdom in accordance that is, matches your efforts. Sorry, I lagged out for a bit. No, we had a bit of a problem there too. It's okay. I don't know what caused it, but yeah. Blow up. Where is the imprisoned angel? I will deal skooma out of it. Yeah. You must learn to cook and cook well so you can control him. You really are trying to ship me with him, aren't you? I'm not. I'm cooking for myself, for my future children, and for my future wife. Yes. Really, I should learn to cook for myself, though. Oh, did I start an influx of Mollington shipping? Unfortunately, did I do that? And this is why you're going to be rewarded appropriately for your efforts, Tail. Mm-hmm. Is it in here? Is there one? Is there a guy in here? No, that's just plumbing. Yes, you will be given a fiefdom. You will be given a fiefdom in an appropriate area with the appropriate amount of space to the appropriate amount of effort that you contributed to your sabotage of Mollington. No, then don't worry about it, Niog. Or do. Or don't. I'm not your dad. Despite what people say. Oh, I just got the delivery. It can't read Chinese. What does it say? Tail, in accordance with your efforts, you have been approximated a fiefdom of 1 centimeter in Gorslav. Out in the Spine Wilds. You get 1 centimeter that you get to call a fiefdom in the Spine Wilds. You have voting power now. You have 1 centimeter. You technically do not. I didn't give you voting power. I didn't give you voting power. I know not what you're talking about, D. Don't worry about it, Niog. Don't worry about it. Guys, I have voting power. You keep telling yourself that, Tail. You keep telling yourself that, champ. You keep telling yourself. Is it a square centimeter or is it lineal? It's lineal. It's very lineal. It is very, 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 very lineal. Well, you can't be my father. I'm older than you, infinitely older than you. Dang, okay, geezer. Okay, geezer. Geezer Supreme over here. Geezer Supreme over here. Unk. I am Unk, but I'm not as Unk as some others, apparently, who took the Unk test. Is it waterfront property? There's a puddle. So, yes. There's a puddle nearby, but it's not part of, you know, Tails' fiefdom. Also, don't ask what's in the puddle. Where is this angel? Hold on, did I get all the angels? Angels here, let me see. Da-da. Da-da. Pretty sure I got this guy. The end of the tunnel where you defeated the Nos. The building before facing the Nos. Okay, where's this? Wait, hold on. Let's go back up. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Wait, no, I might be. I think I'm going the right way. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your umas. At the road. Oh, there's a road there I need to go. Geezer, you rapscallion. I prefer Montebank, but yes. Cheese. Today I learned we're at the tail end of National Cheese Days. Anything is waterfront if you piss yourself. Ew. I mean, I guess that's technically true. I'm a geezer too. Well, I guess I'm a younger geezer. Alright, let me see. You go, Swarm. You go away. You go away, Swarm. You go away now. Oh, yep, there's one. You are free now. Alright, let me see. Was there another one? Was there another one? Ta-da! Brah, 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 brah. Ta-da. Got the one on that bridge. Got the one on... I think I got the one on the second floor of the hotel. Didn't I get that guy? Did I not get that guy? Did I not get that guy? The tunnel where you fight the Nos. Okay, hold on. There's only 2 more left. There's only 2 more left. There's 2 more left. And then I get Sunder. My big ol' axe. My big ol' axe. I really need to give myself a weapon. I'm going to design and then implement give myself a weapon. A halberd, if you will. Very fitting, very fitting. Okay. At the end of the bridge, at the end of the bridge, at the end of the bridge, at the end of the bridge. Oh, it's over there. I'm going over there, aren't I? What is your... Wait, I think we've talked about favorite cheeses on streams before, haven't we? I think mine is cheddar. Did I say mine was cheddar? I think mine was cheddar. Probably. We do recycle topics here. I guess our Dark Lord needs to get out more, you know? Your Dark Lord probably does need to get out more. Yeah, I need to go back, it looks like. Okay, hold on. Yep, let's just go backwards. Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them down. Shoot them, shoot them, shoot them down. Oh, wrong way. Also, the OST for this part, for Earth is really good. Especially the combat theme. Dun-dun-dum. Da-dum. Da-da. Da-da. It is kind of a bummer. I can't use despair here. I can't ride my horse, even though this is kind of really the perfect area for it. My favorite cheese is Manchego. Manchego, huh? Manchego, huh? Okay. I don't think I'm familiar with Manchego. Manchego. Is that a Brazilian cheese? Wait, Blast, are you Brazilian or Mexican? I can't remember. If you're my Brazilian to mongrel, if you're my Mexican to mongrel. Or are you my Guatemalan to mongrel? I think Lanikia Hogue is my Costa Rican to mongrel. Michelo, I know you're one of my Argentinian to mongrel. You're Mexican. Okay, you're Mexican. But can a Dark Lord not ask about his Latin, his Latin minions? So I can be appropriately racist. I mean, I can be appropriately. I can identify my, the nationalities of my, my spicy demongrels. Get out more. Well, if you're ever in New England, I'll take you to the range. We'll hit some targets. Maybe I'll take you up on that one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll become the Dark Lord with a gat. I do love Gatling guns. Gatling guns are cool. Da-da-dum. I'm glad I don't have to fight any more suffering at the moment. Was there an angel? Did I get the angel over here? I think I did, yeah. Oh, shoot, I already got that guy.
I cannot.
I cannot.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I cannot.
I cannot.
Impossible.
Impossible, I cannot. I cannot.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I cannot.
I cannot.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I cannot.
I cannot.
Impossible.
Impossible. Oh wait, there is. I missed this guy. He was right here the whole time. He was hiding. Okay, there's one more. One more. Oaxaca cheese is my favorite Mexican cheese. There's different Mexican cheeses? Is Oaxaca Nahuatl? Is that Nahuatl? That's how you say it, right? Nahuatl? That was the language of the Aztecs and some of the other tribes there. Wow, cheese racism. Can't be racist against cheese. I know, right? That's crazy. Apparently, the Mexicans are known for their cheese. Is there a cheese cartel? But burrata is my favorite cheese. I'm learning so much about the different cheeses of Mexico. Let me guess, there's a Chihuahua cheese. Or a Guadalajara cheese that they bring to you out on a sled. Cheese racism is the best racism. There's also no way, I was making that up. There's such a thing as Chihuahua cheese? Oh yeah, I can't afford a Gatling gun. Who can afford a Gatling gun in this economy? Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat-tat, rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. Okay, I need to find this last angel. Where's this last angel? Where is this last, this last angel? Angel. Okay, let me see. He's probably hiding at the top of the building before facing the Nos. Okay. Did I get that guy already? Let me see. He's one of the hidden ones, one of the hidden angels. Right before facing the Nos. Right before facing the Nos. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm just exercising my Second Amendment right using heavenly, Plus, I'm not sure where I would store it. But clearly, we'd store it in the garage, the Gatling garage. You always store it. Remember, the mongrels, if you have a Gatling gun, you make sure to store it in the garage. Because that way, if an intruder tries to break in through your garage, they open the garage door, and they have a Gatling gun waiting for them. The best cheese in Chihuahua, the Chihuahua cheese is made by the Manoanites. Wait, there's Manoanites in Mexico? Now you keep it under the bed? Why would you keep a Gatling gun under the bed? Burrata is Italian. Oh, wait, the Italians? Well, actually, no, it makes sense. The Italians would make cheese. They have lasagna and pizza. So, I mean, if you want the best cheese, in the best dairies, you gotta get it from Gosner's. Which is a Utah thing, but I'm pretty sure it's Dutch cheese.
I cannot. Impossible.
Impossible. I cannot. Because Gosner's has different... You know what? Hold on. I have to educate you all, Demongrels, on Gosner's. You must be educated on Gosner's. Gosner's Dairy. No, I am not looking up Gooners. Google, I am looking up Gosner's. All right, hold on. We're getting a cultural lesson. Me, Italian American. When he says Italians with sneer and hate in his heart, I don't hate the Italians. I don't hate the Bing Bing Wahooman. I don't hate the Bing Bing Wahoos. But the mongrels, allow me to show you Gosners. First off, they got cheese. You know, low in fat, high in protein, excellent calcium. You need to have, you know, my mongrels, you have osteoderms, which means bone growths, and you need these. And you got your different. Oh, Gosners isn't. Wait, did I say they were Swiss? I said they were Swiss, right? I'm telling you on the Ringos. What do you mean telling me? Oh, because they're Italian. Yeah, didn't I say Gosners was Swiss? I said it was Swiss, right? Or did I say it was Danish? No, I said it was Swiss, right? Be demonstrous. Be me, the Dark Lord, and remember what you said mere moments ago. The struggle is real. But let me show you their milk. Let me show you their milk. Let me show you Gosner's milk. First, we got chocolate milk, right? We got chocolate milk, and of course you got your strawberry milk. But then when it gets really fun. Then it gets really, really fun. I'm gonna move myself down here. We've got banana milk. You've got orange cream milk. I've had these before. They're great. I don't want to drink Gunner's Milkman. Stop. This isn't Gunner's. This is Gosner's. But we got root beer float milk, which is fantastic, by the way. We've got the reduced fat orange cream milk. And we got cookies and cream, and we got whipped cream. So if you're ever out in Utah, get yourself some Gosners. Because it's good. Because it's actually good. I would fully recommend it. Oh, there's a 2-minute delay. Is there? Is there? Dagnabbit. But yes. Yes to mongrels. Testing. No, I see you. I see you. No, there isn't to me. Okay, hold on. Now, where was this last angel? He's supposed to be over here, I think. Hold on. I really wish I could ride Ruin in this section. It really doesn't make sense to me why they didn't allow this. But I guess this is supposed to be more of a shooting gallery-esque level section, so, you know. Still, I feel like after you've cleared it, especially because there's not, in Lost Light, there's not a lot of places where you can ride. I said Ruin, didn't I? I meant Despair. That's Death's horse. Ruin is War's horse. Okay, so I already got the angel up there, the trapped angel there. Which one am I missing then? Or wait, hold on. No, wait, hold on. Oh crap! Oh, I have to go all the way back up, or... Oh, I have to go all the way back up. Great. I have to circle back around. Great. Oh, happy days. What do you want to ruin? I don't know. 23:13 Eastern. Oh wait, I'm a bit bigger. Okay, good, I'm all caught up. Man, I keep on switching sides on this stream, aren't I? Of the corner that I'm supposed to be in. I apologize for that, but except no, I don't, because I'm the Dark Lord of Gorslab, and I don't have to apologize, except for all the times that I have apologized. Do I apologize too much to mongrels? I think I've been told that I say sorry way too much, especially for things that maybe I shouldn't be sorry about. But I also know, you know, it's good to be able to say that you're sorry, you know? Sometimes, you know what, fair. Dang, that rain is coming down from a diagonal. I figured that was a Midwest thing. Yes, but I lived around the world. Don't think about it too much. I'm also trying to correct that about myself. I'm trying to improve upon myself too, but at the same time, you know, trying to improve myself on these streams, but at the same time, I also do, you know, the Dark Lord does do these streams to, you know, relax and cut loose. But at the same time, I am trying to grow my channel and be a good entertainer. And also trying not to, you know, run myself so ragged by realizing I'm never going to be perfect. But, you know, trying to do better appropriately. I don't know. You can drive yourself insane that way. And I'm trying not to drive myself insane that way, especially since it is, you know, Men's Mental Health Month. And I appreciate everyone who has given shoutouts, especially to all the women who have done so. I appreciate that. Especially so because I've been seeing some... I get tired of it, but I've been seeing some just gender, like, debates on Twitter and X, you know, war of the sexes type thing. A lot of it is probably just trolling, but it gets so exhausting. You know, where everyone is accusing, no, women do this, men do that, etc., etc. It's exhausting. There's been a lot of drama lately, and I don't want to talk about it too much because, you know, I'm not a drama tuber, and I kind of want to avoid it because I feel like the further you go down into that road, the more it'll drag you into the, you know, into the trenches, so to speak, if that makes sense. I don't know. Top 10 pointless discussions. Yeah, it just feels like people want to go at each other, if that makes sense. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Hello. Just before facing the NOS. Oh, wait. This is where I am supposed to be, aren't I? Yes, okay, good. This might be the angel that I'm missing, that I need to free. I think, I'm hoping. It's good that this game has a checklist. It's bad that I don't have an exact checklist of the exact area that I'm supposed to be going. Ironically, I've been reading Occult Feminism and the Secret History of Women's Liberation. Occult, you'll find that in just about everything occult stuff. Drama tube world is just, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, but with sociopathic people. Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Wait, there he is, there he is. All right, there we go, great book. But maybe it's because of my upbringing, but I've never had, like, granted, I've never really dated, but I've never really been, like, spurned by an ex. Granted, well, that's not entirely true. I've dated and I've never had, you know, I've had, you know, dates ghost me and never get back to me and never explain why, and making me wonder if I did something wrong or if I did something to offend and what I can do better for next time. But I don't take that too personally, and I don't, you know, take that to me, you know, I don't take that as a hatred or a slight against me. But I also know that there have been men who have been burned, you know, by women, and women who've been burned by men, and everyone, I feel like, just wants to... I feel like everyone wants to air their grievances and have their grievances feel validated, but trying to do that at the expense of others who may also have had similar different problems. Women are default ghosters at this point. Womp womp. Yeah, I suppose so. But again, I've had so many positive role models, both male and female, in my life that I can't really. I may joke about women, but I genuinely do love women. Some of my, like Yukes is a great woman. I don't, my Oshi is a woman. People can be awful. It is what it is. Exactly. And I don't like to cut whole, I don't like to lump entire groups together because people are individuals. Yes, there's going to be overlaps. Yes, there's going to be shared experiences, but people are individuals. We're very much aware of how much you adore Dizzy. Could it be any more obvious? Oh, I can't speak to Uriel anymore. Oh, no, yes, I can.
I know, Horseman. If there are more angels who are suffering, they are beyond us both. Take this. Heaven rewards those who serve justice.
Sunder. This elegant weapon recalls the grace and power of its original owner, the angel guardian of the White City. This weapon, wielded by the venerated guardians, are both passive and aggressive, while Sunder's blades are more than capable of striking any foe with unearthly precision and force. This versatile weapon may also create a protective orb around its wielder that deals with mitigates damage dealt by enemy. This is a really good weapon. This is why I wanted to do this side quest. Oh, I have a skill point. I need to use this skill point. Okay, I'm gonna give Aegis Guard because I do want grounding and I do want reflect because those are really both good skills to have. But let me pull out Sunder. Oh, and I get to use it now because we've gotten a bunch of, enemies that can attack us now. So this is an angelic weapon. I don't know, level 20, nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to show off its capability here, but the more enemies I kill, I create I create a shield for myself, which mitigates damage, and also I think this has lightning damage, so I think it, I might be thinking of a different weapon that is from heaven. Okay, so no, it doesn't have, I think I'm thinking of the Spear of Storms, which deals lightning damage, which arcs to different enemies, but I'm going to wield Sunder for now. All right, back to the Crystal Spire.
Still stands.
Oh, you wanted to come with me, Ariel? Or not, Ariel. Sorry, Uriel. Why did I think Ariel? Here I go. Dust, are you coming with me? Dust? Well, I guess he'll find his way back, I guess.
Be careful what you wish for, Archon. You just might get it.
The Rod of Arafel. I have been waiting so long. It feels every bit as powerful as I imagined.
You could have said thanks.
Clearing a path.
Thanks would have been nice,
Path.
A little gratitude.
I will clear the entire realm. I will burn away the shadows with holy light.
Nice.
If you are to reach the Citadel, you will need wings.
I love how he just whistles. I'm getting a bad guy vibes. Is this dude a baddie? Well, I won't spoil anything. This is quite scenic, though. Oh crap, did it crash on my end? Oh, the holy light destroyed stream? Dag nabbit! Are we back? Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know what's going on with the stream. The stains of heresy. Speak out the scribe. Vargas. This is interesting that there are apparently flies in heaven. Or if I wonder if they're caused by corruption, but yes, there are flies gathering around these corpses. Or at least, yeah. Interesting. We are so Barak. Yes, this is the Ivory Citadel. And even though the corruption has been taken, you can see that this place is still very much marked by corruption. It's the end of the world and there's still flies and cockroaches. Well, this is in heaven, so... This is technically in heaven, one of the borderlands in heaven. We were just in Earth, but this is... We're back in Lost Light. Da, 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 da. Unholy flies. They might be. They might be unholy flies. What's next? Mosquitoes? You never know. You never know. With corruption, it could be. There we go. Is there a stone around here that I need to pick up? Oh, I guess I need to go back down. Da-da. Oh, we got a vengeful spirit. Well, spirit, I have a gun. A magic gun. Boatman token, I don't mind if I do. I think these spirits are born of corruption for sure, though. I don't know if these are actually the spirits of the fallen, of the angels who were slain here. Death grip. Death grip, grip that death. Let me see, let me see, let me see what we got going on. Ooh. Someone gunked up the plumbing with corruption. I gotta clear the waterways. Gotta clear up these waterways. But you know what, the mongrels? I think this is a good place to, I think this is a good place to end it. Because your Dark Lord, it is quite late and your Dark Lord is quite hungry. So, I think this is where I'm going to call it. Thank you all, as always, for stopping by. I will be back tomorrow night, to play some Dead Rising. Continue more Dead Rising. And then on Saturday, I will be doing Hacker's Memory. And then on Sunday is going to be, if I have time, is going to be the Neopet stream. So, typhus. Thank you. He's sleepy, chat. I might be a little sleepy, but until next time, my demongers, fare thee well.